oil, and then it goes.
His roommate works in the oil industry.
Oil is not over, guys.
No, you're right.
I don't know why people count oil out.
It's
Why
just that
they count oil out.
Let me tell you, there's so many peaks and valleys though in that business. I was in there for 30 years.
But mostly, over the long run, there are peaks.
These valleys are bad though.
People don't get poor on gas and oil.
Yeah, his roommate.
I don't know anybody who's gotten poor. I know people who've gotten rich and less rich. I don't know anyone who's gotten poor.
Well, look how many bankrupt companies.
Well, I'm talking about people.
Yeah, his roommate works in the fields. He makes money hand over fist. He's only home
What would you do?
5 days out of the month.
What did you do?
I have no idea. I've never met the kid.
That's the worst job in the world.
303-504-4242.
But it's easy for him to get along because he's never there.
There you go. Lots to be said with that.
It is.
9:30 a.m. or 3D Law right here on
Okay, we're up.
This is David Jaffa, 11 Jacobson Jaffa at LJJ.
Don't ever count it out. Those who think that that you need.
His name is Shocks. Did you talk to him this morning? He ordered shocks online.
Yeah.
Basically, he ordered shocks online. He wants to return them, and they won't take them back. Is that the gist of it?
Yep, that's the gist. A little couple twists in there, but that's the gist.
You're unique, so why is your mattress one size fits all? Because a custom mattress costs thousands until now. Hi, I'm Chris von Rickenbach, founder of HelixSleep.com, where you can buy a mattress online, customized for you for hundreds of dollars instead of thousands.
You nailed today, Jeff.
Al seems a little quiet today.
Hopefully you fix up a little bit.
Yeah. No Rolly?
Never known one Rolly.
How's he doing now? Has he come out of his funk? Really?
We're up on broadband, but I'll talk to you when he kills that. I'll talk to you about it. Let's talk about. Okay. Hello, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Today is car day. As you know, we don't always talk cars 100%. We don't ever have a single topic show, but this is the closest it comes on car day, meaning Friday's car day. Welcome. Any car issues, questions, complaints about the business, about maintenance, about repairs, about anything on 4 wheels, 2 wheels, or even 1 wheel if there is such a thing. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, and of course any other consumer problems, questions, and complaints. The overall theme of this show is help. That's really it. And that's why we play Help, a snippet from the song, each and every day. Been here in Denver area nearly 40 years, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, and making referrals, more importantly, through referralist.com. The only list of its kind, the only list that truly has teeth, the original list, the only one that has recourse. Try calling anyone else anywhere else. You will never talk to them personally, ever. You talk to me personally. I personally will help you. Now, let's go to the phones. Jeff Vick is with us from Kimmer Transmission.
Good morning.
Hey, Jeff, what's happening?
Just another day in the car business. It's summertime, things are pumping, lots are full, so pushing them in and driving them out.
Is the repair business up or down for transmissions?
It's up. Summertime is definitely the faster pace of the year.
Does heat take a toll on transmissions?
The #1 killer of transmissions is heat.
Really?
Yes.
More than cold?
More than cold. I mean, during the winters, we see peaks and valleys depending on the types of storms that come through. We do a lot of snowplow fleets and stuff like that. But generally, transmission industry-wide, you're going to see a larger volume of business during the summer.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Ala Ramos is also with us from Pro Auto Care. And maintenance in general is up summer or winter. What? Repairs, let's say, not maintenance goes...
Always summer for us.
Always. Because heat takes a toll.
Heat and the usage of things that produce heat, like air conditioning.
Okay.
Okay, and that also leads to transmission issues, leads to things that are the weak link. We see that happen.
Cold is not that hard on cars.
Cars can survive quite a bit. The biggest things in the past used to be, remember flooding? You always hear flooding. Cars very rarely flood.
You know, as far as the brains go, they don't flood.
Yeah, because they're going to adjust for the temperature, the altitude, the conditions, all that stuff.
Batteries are maybe weak.
Yeah, that's the one we see that quite often and stuff. And then, you know, just your typical beating up, hitting ice, crashing into something, bending suspensions, members, and all that stuff. So
303-713-8255. Let's talk and see what's going on with Eileen. Eileen, welcome. What's going on?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I bought a 2015 Chevy Cruze last Saturday, and Wednesday it overheated on the highway, and I had to get towed back to the shop and get a loaner car.
Where'd you buy it?
Sus GMC.
Okay. All right. So that's a pretty good car. There's nothing really wrong with a Cruze. So did they find the problem?
Well, they think that they replaced the water pump. They did a pressure test and found out that it was a water pump and replaced the water pump.
Did they charge you for it?
No.
That's nice. I mean, because you bought it as is.
Right. They've been really nice.
Good. What else?
They've been really nice. They did a code test, a pressure test. They drained and refilled.
What did they find other than that?
Nothing. And that's my concern. Is how could a water pump fail on a fairly low mileage vehicle, and what other things could contribute to a water pump failing?
Well, how many miles on it?
37,000.
It's not so low for a water pump. I mean,
no, they can fail absolutely and stuff. So is the temperature back under control and everything's working?
Well, I haven't picked it up yet.
So you have that skeptical feeling right now. I bought a car, it just messed up, shouldn't have done it.
Absolutely.
Well, it doesn't matter the feeling she has. She bought the car. I mean, it's not contingent on her feeling. So it wouldn't matter. I mean, what if I told you it shouldn't have happened? What difference does that make in your life as far as that truck or that SUV?
I think the fact that the dealership so far has been, you know, very helpful, and they've done a lot of wonderful things, even though they don't have to. So that's a positive thing. I mean, I feel like I invested in a vehicle, and they have a reputation to maintain, and you know, I think that they're doing that. But he's absolutely right. I am so apprehensive. So another question I have for you guys is, so you started off saying you haven't heard anything about the Cruze. Has anybody else heard anything?
Well, here's what you should do. Before you purchased it, it's too late now, you should have taken it to a shop who will plug it in to their computer. They will take the VIN number and search it and find any outstanding service bulletins or reported problems and address them. So you can still do that, though. You can still do that, and you should. You should take it and have it top to bottom checked out.
Right. So the dealer said they did that. He showed me this report.
Well, no, but the dealer, it doesn't matter. That is not a guarantee. If they show you a report, then say, okay, are you guaranteeing that these systems are up and running and fine and will last me X number of miles? Ask them.
Okay.
It's not, they won't.
Okay.
So why do people feel when they're shown a list of what they checked? Okay, did they say they fixed it or checked it?
Well, they said nothing showed up. They said there were no recalls, no service issues.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about issues with the car. Nothing showed up. What did they do? What did they do? What kind of testing did they do?
All right, that's what I need to ask them then.
But what difference does it make to you now, Eileen? Because if they said we did no testing, they don't owe it to you. You're doing this at the wrong time. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but there are a ton of people listening that can benefit from this. Asking a dealer and demanding things after you bought it as is not the way to go. But you can, if they're being nice, go ahead. Try to get as much as you can from them. But what you should do is no matter what you do, take it from there to a shop and have them go top to bottom. That's what you do when you buy a car, before you buy it. That's what you do. Samil, what's happening with you? Hello, Samil.
Hi, my name is Samil, and I had bought a 2011 Kia Sorento from South Creek Brokers in Longmont. When I was at the car dealership with my father, the check engine light was on, and they said they would fix it. So we went ahead and bought it. I bought the insurance, brand new snow tires back in December.
What kind of car did you buy?
2011.
Oh, you said that, Sorento. I mean, how many miles on it?
Little less than 100,000.
Okay, so there was a check engine light. You know, fixing a check engine light could mean resetting it. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to fix whatever it was causing that check engine light.
Yes, yes, and they told me they would fix whatever the problem was. So I test drove it, ran fine. They said they would fix it.
Did you take it to a mechanic to have it checked out?
They had their own mechanic there.
I'm not asking that. Did you take it to a mechanic you know and trust? We just heard this is the second time in 2 minutes.
I understand. Okay, so
you didn't,
okay.
Right?
So then I took it to he did it twice. He turned off the check engine light twice because I was there less than 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
Time. So when I took it to the Kia dealership, they said, take it to the Kia dealership. There could be a recall on it.
Good. What happened?
So I took it to the Kia dealership. They said all they could find, the recalls was the lock and the gear shift. There was no other recalls. And I asked them, I said, well, what could be wrong with the car? And they said, well, we think something's wrong with the car, but the car dealership isn't telling you the full story. So I said, okay, well, I don't know what to do. I'm a housekeeper, so I'm constantly
there's something wrong with your car, for sure.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with it.
And the person who sold me the car doesn't work there no more. His name was Randy. He doesn't work there no more.
Did you get a warranty with this car, or is it as is?
I did. Yes, I did. I did get a warranty.
Well, good. What kind of warranty?
From the dealership.
Where you bought it.
Yeah.
What did you get?
I can't remember. I know it was a full warranty, though.
A full warranty?
Extended warranty, right?
Yeah,
on everything.
Warranty, yes.
Well, then make them fix it. You got the warranty. Make the people fix it.
I tried, and then they weren't returning my phone calls. And then when I went in there with an advocacy, because I'm Native American, I went in there with a Native American advocacy. And he got really offended.
Who is the Native American advocate? What is he, a lawyer or what? What is he?
No, she represents Native Americans who can't speak for themselves. So he got really defended. The car dealership guy got really defended. And,
offended, right? And what?
Yeah, and then he said that he was going to help me, but he wanted me to pay half the engine because the engine is gone. They needed the. All
right. Who says the engine is gone? Who said the engine?
The Kia dealership.
Okay, so the Kia dealership did tell you the engine was gone. I asked it.
After it blew, the engine blew on me. When I was going down 36, the engine totally blew on me, and so I had to get it towed to my house. And when I got it towed to my house, I called the Kia dealership. They said, tow it in here, and we could see what we could do. So I towed it in there, and I had to wait for a month because I guess there was a recall on Kias. So I had to wait a whole month until May. My car was not in the recall, and so I asked the dealership where I bought it from.
Okay, listen. Let's put it. Let me give you the hard facts. Then try to help you. The hard facts are this: if you have a warranty, I need to see it, because if you have a warranty, it has terms and conditions. They very well may have to give you an engine. So why are they asking you to pay for half? That's the part I don't understand. What is their reasoning on this?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, get us the warranty.
Yeah.
I put
Camille, without seeing the warranty, I can't help you. I need to see the warranty.
Okay.
At least you have a warranty.
I got a letter in the mail. The warranty ended April 7th.
When did the engine go out?
On me April 13th.
What kind? So you only had a warranty till April 7th, but the check engine light was on before that.
When I test drove the car, when I bought it, when they said they would.
Who is the warranty with?
Through the Kia company.
Listen, I think if the engine light was on, and we can make an argument that was a pre-existing condition they never fixed.
Yeah.
Okay, is this a Kia dealer or just a used car dealer?
Used lot.
Used lot.
First of all,
South Creek Brokers.
Okay, Kia, when you took it there, the dealer should have done something for you. If you had an extended warranty, they should have done something for you. I'm telling you the truth. And that dealer that sold you the car, he wasn't so far off when he said the dealer's not telling you the truth. That dealer, I don't know why they didn't fix that car when that check engine light was on, but I'd like to call that dealer. But first, I need the warranty. Okay? If she can't get us the warranty or proof that she had one, we're out. We're done. Then what she needs to do is take these people up on buying half. That's where we stand on that one. Okay? We have more coming up. I'm Troubleshooter Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, Century RV. Those are vehicles. Man, if you want an RV, Century RV has new and used RVs, and they have a service department. Century, as in 100. Century, C-E-N-T-U-R-Y. CenturyRV.com, 303-453-1111. Located just north of Denver on the 119 turnoff to Longmont along Frontage Road. Go check them out for new and used RVs, travel trailers, Class A's, Class B's, Class C's. CenturyRV.com.
How are you, Tommy?
Good. Brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Big delays north of town.
Is there a place we can make a...
25 approaching the Johnstown
Is that an announcement?
So watch out
Downtown
for
Littleton?
delays on that stretch.
We're sponsored. That's Saturday night. Bike race. Professional bike race.
Eastbound I-76 approaching 96 as well. A couple of other
Bicycle?
to watch out for. Typical delays downtown.
It's part of their tour.
Watch out for slowing on eastbound 270 between
the
I-76 and New York as well. The weather forecast, mostly sunny, about a 20% chance for afternoon thunderstorms today.
How are you, Mr. Jeffrey?
85.
Oh, you know, there's any better I beat you?
You guys want lunch today?
Only better. That's a good. Man, yeah, that's a compliment.
Yeah, eat lunch if I buy?
Sounds good to me.
I don't want to get a bad reputation.
You don't got a bad
Napa know-how. And isn't that what you really want in an auto repair shop? So you get what you need when you need it, and you get it done right. Kevin Calkin, the owner, is honorable and will never sell you anything you don't need. He has thousands of loyal customers, been in business more than 20 years. 303.
When they start school in Mesa?
End of the month.
End of the month.
Yeah.
My son starts up at Fort Collins here, and take him up there on 17th.
What year?
He's a sophomore. He had 2 years here at Metro, and he's going to go up there.
Does not all his credits transfer?
I'm sure they. I hope they all transfer.
So he's going to be a junior then?
He'll be a junior. Yes. Did I say sophomore?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. When I went to school, the average you took was like 16 credits a semester, and I never ever took those. Now it's like 12 and 13.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
And quite frankly, my son would have been better off during his first semester if he would have reduced his credit load. So he struggled a little bit because of the workload that he had.
And it is tough when you first get into college. I came out of the service and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
This isn't like high school.
He struggled a little bit with the workload, so that put him behind the 8 ball a little bit. He's catching up on it, so he's hoping to fix that here over the course of his sophomore years.
Yeah. Oh, students, grades.
Yeah.
Did I just get it done? I never had any problems with that. Ever.
Well, I think it was a shock to him just how much the workload really is when you're taking 16 credits.
Oh. What's crazy to me is my daughter was always a great student, and she got into high school. This new fantasy began of, life is free and you can live what we like. And I pushed her through graduation. She now wants to go to college and has applied. Leah wants to go to college. When we go to a couple of colleges, your grades ain't good enough. You need to go to community college. You get your grades back up where they need to be. And she's just like, she was all mad at them and everything. I said, honey, this is what we were talking about. You got to finish your 11th and 12th grade. You got to finish strong. And she's,
well 11th is the most important. But you got to do 10th and 11th.
Yeah.
They kind of discount freshmen, but 10th and 11th, those are the heaviest years. Even the senior year is not that important.
The only thing I hate seniors because the council always said that's your makeup stuff. If you didn't get elected,
but they look at. They usually accept you into a college probably before you're done with your senior year.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So she's like, she wanted to go to CU. She wants to do some medical. She wants to do therapy. She wants to do physical therapy. She wanted to do some
nursing. It's tough to get in.
CU? Yeah.
A state school?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that funny? Yeah. And then they listen to this.
Yes, she much easier.
So she went to a technical school, Pima. Pima did the medical program. They didn't accept her. They said she didn't carry herself professionally enough. That she lacked what was needed for that school, HEMA is a technical institute. They do nursing, they can do an RN program, you can do physical therapy
They
program.
actually did an interview and told her this?
Haven't filed taxes in years? Get
That's
your
what I
peace of
think.
mind back. Go to
And so she had a test too, and the test scores weren't that high. And they told her that too. So they said we only have a certain allotment.
Are we online? Yes.
Got it? On 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. So Al Aramis is here from Pro Auto Care, Jeff Vick from Kimmer Transmission, and Al had a bone to pick with me. He says people coming in for their oil changes, some of the oil changes are synthetic blends. Some of them are straight oil. I don't think you do any right now that are straight oil. You do synthetic.
Full synthetic is what most vehicles are going to.
But what are the specials though?
Conventional oil.
But hold on. But the specials we are saying $14.95 for new customers, and the $19.95s, the $26.95s, the third. All of those are synthetic blends. Yeah. But what you said, a few people came in and wanted full synthetic.
They said Tom Martino said.
Never said it.
They said.
Never.
And I didn't pick a bone.
Never.
I used a stick instead.
But never. I always say synthetic blend, or I leave it out completely.
Yeah.
But here's what I want to ask you. Are we eventually going to be all synthetic?
Eventually, I think so. Do you agree, Jeff?
Most definitely. They're a superior product all the way around.
Okay, so what do they make it out of? Full synthetics.
The molecular structure is the additive package.
But where do they get the base? It's not petroleum. What is it?
It is petroleum.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Then why do they call it synthetic? I don't understand it. I thought synthetic meant not oil-based, not, petroleum-based.
Well, the majority of the additive, from what I understand,
crude.
Do you know otherwise to this?
I am not a petroleum.
So I don't know. I want to know. I'm going to look it up. I should have asked or looked it up before I came on the air. I hear synthetic all the time. My impression was synthetic is not petroleum-based. Let's get an oil engineer.
And I have one I can get on and stuff. Now,
what is it?
Just listen real quick. Yeah. Listeners do come in and they say, Tom always has a bone to pick with you. That's what I heard from a couple of people come to the counter. And they said, why is Tom pick on you so much? And I said, well, he just needs somebody.
Synthetic oil. I'm putting this in. What is synthetic oil?
I understand that it's a base of crude oil that has the additive package, which is fully synthetic.
But then that would be synthetic blend if it's made from oil.
Well, it's the percentages, I believe. But let me get an extra.
Chemical compounds that are artificially made. Synthetic lubricants can be manufactured using chemically modified petroleum. Well, then it is petroleum based. But components rather than whole crude. Okay, but can also be synthesized from other materials. Synthetic oil is used as a substitute for petroleum refined oils when operating in extreme blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it says full. Some synthetic oil is made from Group 3 base stock, some from Group 4, some from a blend of the two. Mobile sued castor oil and prevailed for whatever. Anyway, but when they say stock, they're taking it from plastic, and plastic comes from oil. So eventually it comes from oil anyway, right? Well, you were in the oil industry, Deputy Dan. Is that right or not?
Well, the way we didn't make synthetic oil, but the way it says is it starts, the base is petroleum. And I think they use natural gas in there, but like I say, it is chemically modified.
It's the chemical additive package, what I understand. But I got a guy, West.
Okay, I get what they mean by synthetic. It's in other words, they're making a synthetic oil, meaning it's not natural. It's not just petroleum.
Right.
It's taken from petroleum and synthesized, much like processed food is taken from real food and then processed.
Sure, it's a good way to look at it, but they say so much of the additive package won't break down. It has the ability.
That's wonderful. But we're still going to be dependent on oil. We're still dependent on oil.
Absolutely.
People who think we're not dependent on oil, they're crazy. Look at all the plastics. Look at all the things oil makes other than own, other than cars. The things we use,
Right.
if you took everything out of your life in a day that comes from oil, you would be astounded what would happen.
I think I'd be naked right now.
Yeah,
I mean, this
in
is
some cases.
microfiber shirt. I mean, not that we want to put that on air, but Tom, you ever think maybe when you said about the oil change that maybe your accent got in the way and it sounded like synthetic?
I said synthetic blend. I normally don't even say what kind of oil, but so if they come for a synthetic blend and they want all synthetic, do you charge a little more then, right? You have
Absolutely.
To.
The product it's all product.
All right, let's keep going. 303-713-8255. Mary, what's happening?
We're trying to get a refund on an extended warranty that was purchased in 14.
Now listen, Daff, we were going to check either with the Attorney General or someone on the legality of non-refundable extended warranties, because at one time there was some common law out there meaning that you could sue for unused portions of that warranty. Then more and more warranties are now saying they're non-refundable. And I don't think they can get away with that. But I have to say I am not sure. So we have to check. Was yours refundable or non-refundable at the time? Did it say?
They told us the refund amount was $640.
Now, did you sell the car?
The dealer here called the warranty people, and they said there was a refund of $642.16.
But can I ask you this? Why is this? Did you sell the car?
We traded the car in on a new one in 17, yes.
Gotcha.
We traded the car in
the 2014 warranty, was that how many year warranty?
5 years.
Okay. So, all right. Now, who is the warranty company?
Lincoln Extended Service Plan. Budco Financial Services out of Highland Park, Michigan.
Now, were they taking the payments? Did you finance that in with your car?
No.
You paid for it right up front?
Yes.
Okay, I think you should get a refund. And who did you last talk to at Lincoln?
It goes overseas to the Philippines, and we talked to whoever answers the phone.
The Philippines. You said Lincoln Extended Warranty is administered out of the Philippines?
That's correct.
Where are they headquartered? Do you know?
Well, they say their headquarters is a post office box in Highland Park, Michigan.
God, this sucks. So the dealer, where did you buy this car from to begin with?
To begin with, we bought the car for Medved up in Castle Rock.
Did you go to talk to Medved? Maybe they have a contact.
Warranty through Phil Long.
Oh, wait a minute. You
Several
bought the
years
car
after we bought the car.
Oh, you bought it years after from Phil Long. And
correct.
Is Phil Long even around anymore?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I truly don't know. I mean, I know there's been so many sales. Phil Long in the Springs?
Yes.
Did you call them?
Yes.
What did they say?
They tried to get the warranty for us. They said everything was settled. Three weeks later, we still had heard nothing. So we called.
They tried to get the refund for you?
They tried to get the refund for us.
Okay, well, that's nice. I'd like to talk to them.
From them.
I understand that. Do they still use Lincoln, do you know?
I do not know.
Dan, could you call Phil Long in the Springs?
Sure.
I'd like to ask him if they're using this company or have a contact there. Do you have a contact at Lincoln other than the Filipino woman that answers the phone? Do you?
No.
Okay. And what's your name? Mary, I was talking to. Who are you?
This is Dave.
The husband?
Yes.
Thank you. Could you guys hold on? Let's do some investigation here. All right? 303-713-TALK. JB, what's going on, JB?
Hi. Well, I've bought shocks over the internet, which I'm not really good at, but...
Yeah, that's a terrible thing to do. I mean, no, I shouldn't say that. Let me amend it. There are certain things you can buy over the internet, no problem. I don't know if shocks is one of them, depending on the make. Who was it from? First of all, who'd you buy from?
I bought them from Shock Warehouse in Batesville, Mississippi.
Yeah, and so what kind of shocks?
They were KYB gas shocks for a Jeep.
And so did you get them?
I got them.
Then what's the problem?
The problem is I never received any confirmation from Shock Warehouse that my sale had gone through. I waited 2 or 3 days, nothing. So I checked with my Capital One account, and nothing had been billed.
So you went and bought another set?
I did.
Hold on, we've got to come back to this one. This is complicated, JB, because they did exactly what they're supposed to do. They sent you shocks. And I don't know what their return policy is, but you're pretty much at the mercy. You know, saying you got no confirmation is a problem. I know it is because they probably, I don't know. You probably did, but I don't know. Maybe not. Let's talk about this. This is going to be a tough one. I hope you never. I hope you you never need someone in a pinch and find that you just pick someone who can show up tomorrow, because that's when most of the rip-offs happen. People who are doing home improvements right now are picking people who are available. Well, there's a reason they're available. Now, I'm not saying that automatically makes them bad, but please be cautious. I recommend for home improvements, one of the companies I recommend, Genesis Total Exteriors. But here's the problem. They are busy. They are. They may not get to you, but they will at least schedule you. And especially, they're doing exterior stuff now. But if you want an interior thing done in the future, like in the winter, get it started. Start planning it now. You don't have to give any money up front right now, but just get it planned. And then if you sign a contract, you'll be in line for when Genesis moves indoors. GenesisTotalExteriors.com. They also do, of course, indoors, all home improvements from the roof down. 303-679-8509, 679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com, and of course, on my referral list at referrallist.com.
So that guy, he said he tried to call back and send the shots back, but they would never answer his phone.
Well, you know what? Did he send it back already?
No. So,
well, you know what? He doesn't have a right to send it back.
But he tried to send them back, and they wouldn't to get a confirmation, and then they kept on putting off, and finally the time limit went.
He may not have a right to send
He had a certain amount of time, he said.
And what happened?
He couldn't get them. He sent them a number for the everything, and then they kept on going, and finally he said.
Did you call him?
Yeah, I talked to him this morning.
Did you call to the warehouse? We really should.
Okay, I'll call Phil on now.
Yeah, I see on the car stuff. I like you handling that kind of stuff. It is a little complicated. You know what I mean, right? Yeah. I mean, it's not. I don't want to be sexist about it, but
pay off some of your existing debt so you can save hundreds of dollars a month in interest. And of course, your mortgage interest is also tax deductible. Whether or not you've previously used this benefit, you still have access to the VA home loan program. VA loans have no down payment, no mortgage insurance, and relaxed credit requirements. American Financing has salary-based mortgage consultants, no upfront fees, and the pre-qualification process only takes 10 minutes. Call American Financing today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or online at AmericanFinancing.net.
NMLS 182334, regulated by the Division of Real Estate.
$29.95 for a transmission diagnostic? Yes, Budget A1 Transmission will pinpoint your tranny problems and guarantee the cost of repairs. Or you pay nothing. You can't go wrong. 303-781-9858, 781-9858.
Consumers Real Estate Show. That's right, a real estate show for consumers. All inside information to help you, the consumer. Every Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. right here on Talk Radio 630 KHAL. The consumer.
I got all sorts of inclusions on the return fees. Return fees too for this thing. So depending on how much he paid, he might not get any money back anyway. Between restocking fees, shipping fees, all sorts of stuff they got on there. It'd be better to keep the shocks until they wear out.
At Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk. You don't want to miss the best dining value in Blackhawk for brunch, lunch, or dinner this August and September during the hot summer meal deal at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk.
They're good, man. They're doing good. I have no complaints, thank God. I'm having a little issue with screen time.
They're way too much. Way too.
Hi, I'm Donnie, owner of Fitness Gallery, where we sell the world's
I don't know
finest
what to do
fitness
with it. It's like I
true
can't
treadmills,
lease
bikes, and
it
electricals, consistently
You
rated.
just got to find other activities. You got to find something else that will entertain them. But it's I mean, those screens are just mental masturbation. It's all they get is input. There's no physical activity. They're not doing it.
Your money on big box, internet, or infomercial inferior products. At Fitness Gallery, for over 20 years, we've been providing the highest quality fitness equipment money can buy. During our floor model clearance sale going on now, save up to 40% off. The lowest prices nationwide. Now is the time to invest in your health. Come in and visit one of our 2 convenient locations and try every piece of equipment before you buy. In Denver on 58th Avenue I-25, 1 block south of Grizzly Rose, or Highlands Ranch in the Promenade Shopping Center at University and C470. Check us out at fitnessgallery.com. Fitness Gallery, getting Colorado in shape since 1997.
Are you retired or planning for retirement? Retirees have lots of financial questions and need to make lots of decisions. You want to get them right. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money for Retirement. Every Saturday on 6:30. You're invited to attend my free retirement classes on Saturday morning.
So it says you can sign up by using your
Will
Facebook
taxes derail your
or by
retirement?
using
If you saved a lot for retirement, taxes could be your largest expense. What can you do to reduce your taxes? And the second class, 7 retirement threats in the states to avoid, so you don't outlive your money. In these classes, I'll share important
Help you write the
questions
description.
you need to consider to make the right decisions for your financial future. Seats are limited. Enroll now. And I'll see you on Saturday morning, August 12th. For more information, go to registercolorado.com. That's registercolorado.com. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604.
You're unique, so why is your mattress one size fits all? Because a custom mattress costs thousands until now. Hi, I'm Christian von Rickenbach, founder of HelixSleep.com, where you can buy a mattress online, customized for you, for hundreds of dollars instead of thousands. Go to HelixSleep.com, answer a few simple questions, and we build you the most comfortable mattress you'll ever sleep on. Shipping is free, and you have 100 nights to try it out. Go to HelixSleep.com/talkradio and get $50 off your order. HelixSleep.com/talkradio.
Sean Hannity, today at 1 on Denver's Talk Station 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. Rocky's Auto, 63rd and Federal for used cars, SUVs, vans. Rocky's has 40 lenders you can choose from. And that's variety, but they also have variety in inventory. So if you're looking for different price ranges, they have it. If you're looking for different colors, they have it. Different models, different makes, different styles, they have it. And as I said, 40 lenders to choose from. They originate the loans 100%. When you leave, they will never give you that dreaded callback saying they made a mistake or they have to rewrite it. And really, they just do straight deals. Shop around all you want. Even write down, take notes, and then compare at Rockies. That's all they ask. Put them on the list. 63rd and Federal, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8. And that's Rockies, 303-426-4646. And speaking of dealers, Rolly Purefoy never plays those games either. They don't trip cars and then, send you out the door and then call you back with a problem, saying, oh, we couldn't get you finance. I mean, it just doesn't happen. And that's the way it should be. These callbacks are one of the biggest problems I have with dealers. They write anything you want down, let you take the car, you're stuck with it, and then they call you back and say they can't do it. And they have you, and you have to pay for use of the car, the way you sign that. There are ways around it, but it's a pain. JB ordered some shocks through the mail out of Louisiana or Mississippi or somewhere down there. Anyway, the Shock Warehouse. Jeff Vick looked up Shock Warehouse, and Jeff, it's really difficult returning things, right?
It's not necessarily as much as difficult as
charge
all of the fees that are attached here. You can almost spend as much in fees returning the stuff as you paid for the product.
Yeah, and he said he attempted to return them, and there is a window to return them. And so, JB, what is the window to return them? Deputy Dan, what is the window? You looked into it. There is a window?
No, I haven't called him yet. But
you looked into it. Or did you just go by
I just talked to him, yeah, right.
All right, so JB, what is the window that you had to return?
I think it's like 45 days or something.
And
like
you
that.
did it well within 45 days.
Well, I canceled them right away.
Right, and then you packaged them up and sent them back?
No, sir, I didn't. I just left them set there the way they came in.
And then sent them back?
I have not sent them back, sir.
You never sent them back within the 45 days?
Nope.
Okay.
Well,
JB,
it says here that you've got to send them back under your expense to get them there.
Yeah, JB, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what I can do to help you if you never sent them back.
Well, number one, I did.
Listen, I know. Listen, I'm honest to God. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. But really, in every transaction I've ever had online, when I send stuff back, you know, I mean, I don't know, but you try to sell them or something, because you didn't do you didn't do the very first thing, and that is send them back.
Well, they didn't have a return policy.
But yeah, they do. It's posted all over the internet. If you go on their website, they tell you exactly what to do. Exactly what to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you didn't do it. So, JB, just help me out here. What am I supposed to do, though, if I call them? It's unfortunate. I understand that you ordered another set and put them on, but if it wasn't clear, I promise you, I'd be all over it. But here I am looking at the Shock warehouse, okay, and I don't see where it's confusing. Do you see anything confusing about the return policy, Joe?
No, it's pretty straightforward. Like, the biggest thing is all the fees they have attached to it. At this point, you're probably either better off waiting until these shocks wear out and putting these back on, or just putting them on eBay and get as much for as you can.
I tried to call them. They give you a standard answering machine.
You don't even have to call them to return it. Did you go on their website? Tell the truth. Did you go on their website? Because if you go on their website...
Sent them emails.
No, here's what I'm saying. So you went on their website and you went to the Contact Us tab, did you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The first thing I see, I click on Contact Us, and here's what I see. Contact by phone, contact through live chat, contact here, or return forms. You must use a return form. That's what it says right there. You get the return form, and it tells you exactly what to do. Exactly what to do. I mean, it even says that free shipping fee of $15.95 applies to all returns, right?
Yeah, the free shipping fee is only to get the product to the customer. Customer has to pay the shipping fee to get it back.
But I can't. JB, I'm sorry. I'm not going to take any more time. I can't help. Okay, I just can't. Yeah, I know. I have tried in the past to get people to see it my way, like why I can't help. But then that's a disservice to those waiting on the phone. It truly is. It truly is. So, the refund on the extended warranty. Where are we with that?
I just got the information. Now I still got a call. I had to come back in.
Did you call
Phil Long?
Did you?
No, they didn't have a number. They were waiting on a number.
So they're going to get you a number for the warranty?
Phil Long there.
Oh.
I got the number for the warranty place. I just got to give him a call. I didn't get a chance to call him.
All right. Hold on, Mary. Jay, what's going on in your life? Jay?
Hey, yeah.
Hey, man, how can I help you?
Yeah, so I'm a 19-year-old college student. Last November, I had some pretty good credit, and helped my buddy out because he couldn't really get a car.
Oh, no.
Ended up co-signing for it.
Oh, no.
So he hasn't really made any of the payments in the last 2 months. So
do you still see him?
No, he actually has blocked me.
God, dog it. You know what, Jay? You have learned in a very early in life here what can happen when you do that. Was he a good friend?
Oh, yeah, I mean, not really, yes, no. I mean, I was just kind of trying to help him out. I mean, he was on the good end of stuff, you know.
Right. And so how much is this loan, Jay?
Currently left is $8,600.
$8,600. And did you get on the title?
Yes, I did get put on the title.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, now, where is the car?
I don't know. I have no idea.
If it was me, this is what I would do. I would boost the car, take it. I would take the car, literally, hide it from this guy, then call the lender and either do a voluntary repossession and say, look, I have no choice. This is what happened, or at least You know, what you have to do is preserve your credit. Make the payments and try to sell it. Jay, you're in a tough spot right here, man, but you are just as responsible for that loan as he is. But you're on the title, and here's the problem. You can't even sell it without his cooperation. But if you at least get the car, you can minimize damages at least by keep him from using it. But you got to get the car. You can even hire someone to repossess that car if you have a title in your name. They'll do it. Do you have any written agreement with this guy?
No, not necessarily, no.
So you can't even take him to court to make him pay, because co-signing on a loan just means that you co-signed on a loan. It doesn't mean that he has to do anything at all for you. So he actually blocked you. Do you know where he is? Like, if you wanted to talk to him?
I somewhere know like his address of where he currently lives, but I know his apartment number, so I don't know what that is.
Okay.
He just recently moved, so that's
And
why.
he never made a payment?
No, he made a payment for about 6 months, and then these last 2 months, no, he hasn't.
How did you find out?
Belco called me. So
you're lucky. You're lucky you're being notified. Hold on a second. I want to continue this. Co-signing on a loan, folks, it's one of the biggest mistakes.
Can you get Belco to do the repo on it?
There are ways.
They have an interest. So
there are ways you can work this out. I'm going to talk about that coming up, okay? We'll talk about some things you can do to help yourself out. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I want to tell you that Frank Duran, the real estate man, is here to help you. If you need someone to buy or sell real estate, you may think, what difference does it make? The market's hot. No. I'm telling you right now, Frank Duran, the real estate man, is for real, and he can help you better than anyone, even in a great market. In fact, now more than ever, you need to make sure you're maximizing your values, and when you go out to buy, you're not paying too much. 303-920-1622. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
There's a few spots to watch out for when you drive across the Mile High City. Right.
$20 and he gives it back. He says that's fine. If you lower from $20 and he starts ducking and hiding from you and you never see him again, it's $20 worth.
Do you remember this guy? We've got traffic backed up in both directions, actually.
Do you need me to hold it really, really close or really far away?
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Really far away. Need to get you some cat glasses. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't have him up. There's a day.
You're in, Dan. You need reading.
I don't know, but I don't know.
Hey, how?
Major key is our deliver place.
Do you have
Ask him for his wheels. Major keys to
I'll tell him to send it to
Good news for those who love fried chicken. KFC's original recipe.
Trying to do a live feed that doesn't cable issues. But then I just realized the headphones gave a smaller jack.
It's still finger licking good.
Yeah, the opposite end, not that end.
You're saying your jack's off?
Like, you mean smaller, bigger? Yeah. So, wouldn't I? But I got to be able to come off.
Do you have a jack off?
The IRS rarely makes wild write-offs. So keep your expectations.
That would go into my power.
Don't take your jack off.
Hold on. Well, evidently his face is a little bit bigger.
So you want, there you go.
What are you trying to do, bro? Bro, what are you trying to do?
Remember we talked about the live feed? Remember I told you that?
Yes.
And that they couldn't hear the caller? So I was thinking if I went in here...
Wait, who can't hear the caller?
The customer, because...
No, wait a minute.
No, live feed. The live feed.
Hold on. That's right. Dan, on our Facebook, they can't hear the caller? Or on YouTube?
No, he should be able to.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
Then what are you
talking? Plugged in, because he's plugged in.
Yeah.
I know, but what are you talking
When I was on with you and I did a live feed, they can only hear us talking because everything's silent in here. There's no way for them to hear if they're listening to Facebook Live, the caller, because it's not being piped into my feed. My phone, my phone's doing the live.
Okay. What are you trying to accomplish? Because everyone out there right now can hear the caller on Facebook.
Right.
But they can hear it on YouTube.
I do a personal live feed.
Right.
They can't, there's no way for them to hear us on the phone. They hear us speaking in here because this microphone on the phone is picking it up.
There are thousands.
But
he's trying to piggyback off.
If we can hear it here, they can hear it.
But no, I don't even understand what you're trying to accomplish. When you're outside of the studio, you're trying to accomplish something now, or when you're outside?
Now.
What are you trying to do now?
Live Facebook.
For your Facebook.
For my
Facebook. Okay.
Because
now
the only microphone running is this.
Right.
And it hears me and it hears you talking.
Right.
Not hearing it.
So you want to be on your Facebook Live when we're live.
That's what I mentioned last time. We said, oh, great idea.
Right. But I did not get the full impact. I thought you were simply going to piggyback off our feed. You could do that. You could simply piggyback and the whole thing will go out.
It would.
Yeah,
that's a lot easier.
The output from that, you just tap into that output and send it from that to your phone out to your Facebook.
Right.
But
if you want to do it right now, get it on here right now.
So you have the feed, so that's going to be this. So this puts right into my phone, and then this is just keep my phone powered up.
So you just put this. Yeah.
If you could do that, you have an output now of all our audio.
This is yours.
But now that's not the video feed. The video feed would come from your phone.
From my phone.
But we have a way of
That's
simply.
audio.
Can't we feed his Facebook? Do we have another output when he's in? In other words,
his Facebook. No.
Here's what I'm saying. No. When you put in troubleshooter.com and all the outputs, how many do we have? How many can we
Before we
feed?
go to Troubleshooter, Yahoo, or YouTube. And
How many can we feed though? Are we capable?
I thought there was a limit. I thought there was 2. Wait, 3. 3 limit.
Can he just use the share option?
So we are. I don't know that. We are feeding YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah.
And Troubleshooter.
You know, Troubleshooter comes off YouTube.
So it goes from YouTube to Troubleshooter?
Correct.
Then why can't we go from YouTube to him?
Probably could.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so I'm just trying to find a way for you to piggyback. So he can, what he was saying, share. So you're simply sharing the Troubleshooter, the YouTube.
With Troubleshooter, correct.
Now it would be live.
You mean with Facebook Live, right?
No. It goes to YouTube. It goes to Facebook. Troubleshooter comes from YouTube.
What do you mean comes from YouTube?
YouTube.
My live feed?
Yes.
Okay. I got you. You can do that. I'm going to try. No, let him show you that. You got to put. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. Hey, I'm still waiting for someone who can answer something on synthetics. I would like to know that. If you ever invent something like synthetic oil, you can go to a patent attorney. It's really important. I get calls all the time from people, especially car-related stuff. They invented something. It's really important. The first thing you do before you show anyone or tell anyone is do a non-disclosure agreement. That's where they sign to say that they saw it and won't copy it. But here's the problem. Once you put an invention out there and you don't apply for a patent or a trademark, you only have a limited amount of time before it becomes public domain. Yeah, that is really important. So what you have to know before you talk to anyone where you're going with this, because I think you only have like 2 years to file or it becomes public. I got to ask Mark on that. If Trenner is around, could you ask him, because I have a question on that that's in email. Trenner, 720-221-3708, that's his office. 720-221-3708, Mark Trenner. If you ever need protection, he's the one to call. 720-221-3708. I think you have his cell number, though, Daff, if you can get a hold of him. He's a great guy, by the way. Don't fall for these online scams. You know, the invention submission places. They rip so many people off. Okay? Ben's got an oil question. Speaking of oil, go ahead, Ben. What is your question?
Al, I am being told to not change oil before 5,000 miles with synthetic oil, and I cannot believe that's correct.
Well, it won't do you harm not to do it earlier, but really, with today's synthetics, Al, tell them.
So the synthetic oil does not break down like your conventional. That's what the package that's in it. It's modified crude. That's what it is. And they add an additive package which extends, which prevents oxidation, keeps temperature down, has coating.
Acidity, it prevents.
Yeah, exactly. So, oil in the synthetics, our recommendations, what we tell people, depending on how they drive, is about 5,000 miles on synthetic, 5,000 to 6,000, depending on the capacity of oil. That's what we tell folks. Some manufacturers go as far as saying to people that you can go almost 10,000 miles on an oil change.
Now, I was told that on my other vehicle. I can't believe that neither.
Well, we had a BMW that's what the customer was told. Their cartridge oil filter collapsed. It was basically being sucked in by the pump because it had built up so much junk. And to me, oil is just one of those things that I'd rather have it changed than not.
Well, and the filters are actually one of the bigger problems when it comes to those extended lifetime fluids, whether they're telling you 20,000 miles, 30,000 miles. There's some of them out there now that are telling you can do it on an annual basis. I mean, first of all, we've discussed it before. I mean, this is the cheapest thing you can do to this car to keep it on the road. Why are you screwing around with it? But the elements inside the filters, whether it's a bath type, whether it's a cartridge, whether it's a spin-on.
Yeah, are they as extended? Are they extended?
They do make literally synthetic type filters that do extend the life of them, but at the cost of doing that.
So are you saying, what am I hearing you? Even if you can extend the oil, you should still change the filter?
At very least, yeah, because that element inside is going to break down.
When?
Around that 3,000 or 4,000
Would you do that? I don't even think you need to do that, Al. That's just my opinion. I mean, I guess, though, he has a point. They haven't really changed filters. They've changed oil. Would you change the filter?
Yeah.
You would?
Oh, filter's cheap.
Wait, okay, so, yeah, but I've not heard this before. I've heard you guys say,
I'm not saying I recommend just changing the filter. I'm saying that's one of the bigger problems with going with this extended time.
I understand, but for sure, for absolutely sure, who in this room would change their oil with synthetic at 3,000 miles? No one. We would never. Would you? Never.
No, but... honestly,
yeah.
I have vehicles that are full synthetic. Our EcoBoost.
That's what I'm asking. With synthetic,
I do it at 4,000 miles on my vehicle.
That's only extending. Don't you believe that you could safely go 6,000? Safely.
I can believe a lot of things, but I know this: the petroleum that we burn in vehicles is dirty. That's what makes the oil...
fully synthetic, I think you can go 6,000 and never blink.
There's a lot of things we could do, Tom.
I know, but you don't agree. Just tell me you don't agree.
I don't agree, no.
All right, we're going to discuss this some more. Ben, if you have more questions, hang on. I'm Tom Martino. This is the Troubleshooter Show, live on Facebook, live on YouTube.
Are you taking Viagra for ED? Well, now you can get sildenafil.
Come on, you would not go for anything.
He just has a Ford.
I do not afford. I'm a diesel. Consumers running 12 Fords on my truck.
I don't push it for customers. I don't push it for customers because they're all going to say, well, I was told this, I was told that. By the way,
Mark Turner is not available.
No, sir.
If I don't spill, it ain't a normal day.
I know, I was going to say, I'm happy you did that. I feel the tension off the room. It's like, you know, it's like farting on your first date. At least you don't have to cover anymore.
We don't actually go on.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
I'm
no.
taking me
No.
some.
Yeah. That's really going to put a thing in.
I used to stop on the ground at the same time.
I
don't care. I just want you to bring it back.
How about if you just change the filter at 4,000?
Yeah.
Why would you? I mean, first of all, you're already there. Why are you trying to save money? If the engine goes out on my truck, I mean that's an $18,000 problem. Why am I going to try to save money on oil changes?
So motors now are ridiculously priced. They're all using variable cam timing. They use
This is what they said as far as the difference in synthetic versus regular. The molecules are all the same size.
Right, it's a molecule thing. It's identical. I was going to leave to that, but I didn't want to.
Where the
a conventional oil has a linear molecular pattern, whereas it's more of a sine wave when it comes to synthetics.
I'm saying that I think 4,000
Overkill? Yes, we don't sell that to consumers. We do it for our own stuff. God damn it! Don't make you nervous?
No.
I keep trying to make it a doubly good day.
Oh my God! Outstanding. I feel we drove
I swear to God, it's like I am just such a.
Can I get an expert on? What number should he call? I got an expert petroleum.
Well, let's get his number.
Okay.
Sudden downpour washing away the ground around parts of the track, bringing the train to a shuddering halt with fears that track could give way.
This is Jonathan Hunt, Fox News. We report, view this side.
The key to success? Keep it simple. It's usually what it comes down to. Nobody makes it easier
He blows my brain up.
Manage your assets.
Colorado Petroleum.
West Fisher. An independent study.
West Fisher. Yeah, you know West. He's been around. He's as old as the corn and field.
Last week they were saying the new oil for because the tolerance is so tighter, it's 0.20.
Oh yeah,
it's 0.20.
Yeah, we do that all the time. They have barrels of it.
Terms, conditions, and
Yeah, the biggest thing, and they've also increased capacity. They add additional oil, and that's for the cooling piece. That's what I want to be. Because of the fact that many of these cars are going to direct injection, they run hotter. It's a little rougher on the oil, absolutely. And they speak about the tolerances. Yes, there's some changes to tolerance. There's only so much you can go. Thousands of an inch is really small. Yeah, it's so much the drag with that NASCAR figured that out a long time ago. Change the oil, change the capacity, and you get power and speed. But the biggest issue, one of the biggest things when we move to that 200 is that the variable cam timing pieces have been a big cause of failure in the vehicle. Ford is inundated because of oil. People don't drink oil, people are stupid, and they have premature engine failure on the Tritons and all this stuff because of not black oil. So many cars have gone because the video cam timing is, I can make more horsepower with the same motor just by changing cam timing. And that's how they get low emissions. That's how they get more power. These little motors. I mean, so that's a big, big deal. And so that's another key.
Well, they're running higher compression now. Substantially higher.
Oh, through the roof.
When we were kids, a regular 350 cubic inch engine was running, what, 8-to-1 compression? And the average now is probably closer to about 10, 10.5.
Wow. How can they use the same gas? How can they use...
the timing.
Oh, okay, so the timing.
And the gas is not the same. I mean, the additive packages.
No, not additives, but I mean, you're talking the octane levels.
Octane. So Tom already says, why do we need to run high pressure? You really don't. These cars will adjust for it. It knows.
Octane is really just a measurement of a fuel's resistance to burn. The harder it is to burn, the easier
not resistance. It'll burn. It won't reignite.
Right. Well, and then the harder it is to burn, the more we can control. Right? So the higher the octane level, the more difficult it is actually to burn. Diesel fuel is actually the other way. It's cetane, how easily it burns. So the higher level, the more quickly it burns.
Well, diesel fuel, the ignition is
less waste. Less waste.
Exactly.
That's the idea. But the cars now with all, Sky Active technology, the new direct injection, the gas direct injection, they have all these different terms, the same thing.
But timing still, you need to adjust the timing. It shouldn't ignite. I mean, if it ignites before it hits the top of the thing, boom, you just lost power.
All of those sensors inside there are making those adjustments.
So what does it do? Open the valve and drop the compression then?
Oh, it can.
It'll change when it actually fires the fuel off.
It creates scavenging. The open valves create scavenging effect when the piston pulling and it's not on the intake stroke. It creates a suction to create fuel atomization to be more optimal. It's crazy. If you go to a 12-to-1 fuel ratio in most race cars, you'll burn the piston right off the car. You'll melt the head. These cars go down to that now. They go to air fuel ratios that are power. My caddy outside, my direct injection, that thing, crazy what they're capable of doing. Direct injection was one of the biggest amazing inventions. So diesels have been holy. Look at, they were unreliable 20 years ago. Now it's the standard. I mean, both cars in the passenger. The over-the-road was always...
Over-the-road tractors is really different.
Yeah, they don't even make anything besides direct injection for gasoline and heat anymore, do they?
No, they moved this all completely. I don't know many manufacturers that are not.
Nobody has carburetors anymore, right?
Oh, no, they've been going for decades.
80s, late 80s. They started moving them out.
TBI was the first step in that direction.
TBI, oh my God. Those were beautiful.
As long as they work, they were.
You can look in and see it working.
I had an injector stuck open. Right there.
I had a 94 Maxima, 215,000. I changed every 5,000 regular oil. I found maybe a quart at the end, a quart between oil changes. So they didn't have to add anything. Still got a great car playing on.
The only time, he mentioned just spinning the filters on and off. I mean, I had a little beat up Escort I bought for $50 and that thing burns so much oil. But I never bothered changing it. I just went on a new filter and got it done because I was always topping that thing off.
Hello, 713-TALK is the number to get help. We love helping people. I've been doing it for a long time. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. All you have to do is call. I have a track record of helping people, and it's controversial sometimes. People may not agree with who I go after. I have no personal dog in a fight. I just get worked up over your problems. So if you call, I may not think the problem is that important. I mean, I'm sorry. We have judgment, and we look at it and try to see if we can help. And if we can't, if we don't think it's a problem we can help with, we just tell you. But here's the good news. We help so many that there's a good chance you'll be helped. Not just indirectly, but also directly. Sometimes hiring attorneys for you, or at least getting attorneys on board, or getting you advice, or serving people, or exposing people, or getting someone to fix your problem. And it's just a great effort. You got to spread the word, because there really is nothing like this. I call it media with a purpose. Let's keep going, okay? Today is Car Day. I have Al Ramos from Pro Auto Care. I have Jeff Vick from Kimmer Transmission. We're talking cars. I think Rolly's on his way. Rolly Purifoy from Purifoy Chevrolet, the original member of the referral list at referrallist.com. Yep, back then Rolly came on right away. Of course, he was the one I built it around because of the car dealer thing. And then after that, Brian Veal, years ago, called Equity Relief. And he's not around anymore. He was a lender. And then Jay Bretz, I believe it was Jay, one of them. We have so many of the early people. And I really invite you to become part of referrallist.com. Just email us at any time, live at troubleshooter.com, because we truly, honest to God, try to get a group of people together that really care. It's different than any other list. And then we try to help those who've used the list and had problems. We try to correct it within ourselves. Okay, let's go. Let's talk. Ben had a question about oil. We've been talking about synthetic oil. Okay, and what is synthetic oil? Well, no matter what they call it, it still has a base somewhere of petroleum. So synthetic oil is a base of oil, but they add so much to it that it doesn't come straight from crude. It's not just crude oil refined. So now let's talk about, where am I getting these noises? I'm getting some background noises somewhere. I'm sorry. So let's just talk about your concerns with oil, and then we'll go on to others. Ben, you asked a question, how long can you go with synthetic oil? Correct. Again, there are some people, that manufacturers of the oil, that say 10,000 miles. They do, right? Right. And I think there's no problem going 6,000. Really, there's not, I don't think. But these guys say 4,000. So really, I mean, what's the answer? It's an opinion more than anything, Ben. I think we all agree on this. Well, more often is better. I mean, it can't hurt.
I mean, the investment of a brand new vehicle, to me, is worth paying the money at $4,000.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
And Tom, would you mind if I made a little comment about L?
Go ahead.
I think I may have told you this. A couple of years ago, I took a Ford pickup in. I had to get the spark plugs changed because they were breaking at 70,000. L gave me a quote, a certain amount of time. Well, in the interim, he found I had a front boot seal leaking, and he gave me another price, which I agreed to. Well, the 4-hour job wound up into 8 through no fault of L's. His supplier kept sending him the wrong seal, and Al was determined that truck was not moving until it was correct. Bottom line, we agreed on the new price. He handed it to me when he was done. After he drove the truck, I agreed to pay it. He tore it up. He gave me back the original price, and I said, "What are you doing?" He says, "This is for your inconvenience." Now, that earned my trust to that shop forever.
I know.
Ben, I appreciate that, though. But why did he say I had to make a short comment about L?
A short comment.
It was a short story.
It was a short comment.
Yeah.
You've been hanging around Martino way too long.
Yeah.
Well, Al, I love your shop. All my family and friends, I've repeated this story constantly, and I hope it's helping your business.
Well, thank you very
really
much.
Appreciate customers like you.
Really, we love it. I love hearing this stuff. Bob, you want to talk about synthetic oil. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, yeah, I've got a 07 Acura, and it's got a oil indicator that I reset when I change my oil. So I'm wondering what that is set to. Is it set to traditional oil? Is it set to synthetic?
You know, that's a good question. What is it?
That should be set to a synthetic oil, and it's a predetermined clock that the manufacturer does. Now, you got to understand that that's going to change whether you are driving in, and Colorado is adverse conditions at all times, but depending on your driving habits, depending on the climate and everything else, those oil change intervals will change.
What kind of Acura is it?
What kind of...
What year did it change to synthetic on the clock, on the timer?
So you can't change it. It's...
No, what year did...
No, well, like when did they start on the oil change intervals? What, if they changed it on his odometer or on his computer, when would it have changed? When they,
on the new cars?
It would have been whenever Acura switched to a standard of a synthetic, and I would have to look that up. I don't know offhand.
But why don't you just keep track anyway? Just keep track of your oil changes and do it when you want, you know? What difference, right?
The silly little sticker on the window works.
Yeah,
I use it.
I guess that's the best all the way around. 303-713-8255. Jay, I haven't forgotten about you, okay? Now, here's some advice. Jay co-signed for a loan. Are you still there, Jay?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, man, thanks. This is hard. You co-signed a loan, $8,600. You're 19, you have good credit, you want to keep it that way. Already your friend is screwing it up. He's not really your friend anymore. So we all discuss this, and there are sneaky ways to get them off the title. Okay, the best thing, though, if you talk to the lender and let them know what's going on.
So I did actually already go to Belco, and I basically already talked to them about what's going on.
What did they say?
They told me to go ahead and submit him a surrendering notice. Give me 3 days if he wants to give me the car. And then from there, they should go to the police, report it stolen, just to kind of leave a paper trail. And then we could basically work it out from here. Now, the question I really do have is that the banker told me that I could eventually take this other person to court. And if court swayed in my favor and I did my due diligence, have like the paper trail and whatnot, they could actually throw the entire debt in him. And I'm just trying to see if this
absolutely, Jay. If let me explain this to you. The substance of this deal, the substance, not what you have in writing, the actual substance was this. Jay was going to help his buddy co-sign for he was going to co-sign and help his buddy get a car. It was never intended that Jay pay a dime. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
and he was going to pay the car off, but he didn't have the credit, so Jay had to help him. That was the deal. Now, if this guy denies that, if he totally denies it, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, you have nothing except the judge's discretion. Do you think the guy will actually say, no, we were going to chip in on it and share it?
I don't even think you'd show up in court.
Okay, here's the deal. If you sue him, he can deny there was an agreement. The fact that you co-signed means nothing. At its very best, the judge could say, okay, this is a partnership. You both owe. But you can't prove that he owes you the whole debt. So the credit union is right. If you could sue him for the substance and the judge believes you, you can get a judgment for the whole amount. And that's what I would do right now. I would.
Okay.
I would not report it stolen because it's not. I would write him a letter and demand possession within 3 days.
Okay.
Because he's not making the payments and it's tarnishing your credit. And I would say this. I would say, based on the agreement, you were supposed to make all the payments until paid for, and since you didn't, it's hurting my credit. I demand the car back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he doesn't give the car back, you take him to small claims court for the full amount of that debt. How much is it? 86. You can only go for 7,500.
75, yeah.
But that's okay. Sue him for 7,500. Jay, if you get a judgment against this guy, that's good news. That is really good news. Because if he doesn't show up, that's good. You don't have to. But if he does show up, simply tell the story, and then if you have any witnesses, bring witnesses. Anyone who knew about this deal, okay?
Okay, definitely.
If you get a judgment, is he collectible? Does he have anything?
No. He's just same age as me.
Okay. So a judgment is only going to be wallpaper right now, but someday it'll be good. And it goes on for like the minimum 6 years. Some of them go on longer depending, and you can renew them. So you can get a judgment and haunt this guy. But here's the other good news. Then you work with the lender. Once you get a judgment, you can then work with the lender to get him off of that title. They can repossess the car voluntarily, and they, from you, and then they can, or from him even, it doesn't matter. Get the car out of his possession. Even, no matter what, you got to get the car. Go get the car, even if you sue him. And you don't have to wait for Belco, but Belco could repossess it. That would be best. Then you work out a deal with Belco to make the payments until they can liquidate it, or you try to sell it. Work with them. They will appreciate it if you work with them. Al, what were you going to say?
Just on this whole deal with Jay, I mean, the emphasis of him protecting his credit, is there really, I mean, this is a big deal for him to do, right? Because this vehicle now gives him a ding that's going to hurt him.
Yeah, it's going to hurt him a lot.
And down the road, when he needs stuff, when he is getting maybe in money or business opportunity.
It's early enough now, Jay, that you can survive this, and even if you take the full hit on your credit, you can survive it, and you can get through this and rebuild your credit. But start at what I told you. Work with Belco. Either get them to repossess it or you get it. 2, small claims court. 3, work with Belco to get them off the title. There are various ways to do that. And if you do it through a lender, if there was no lender, I can tell you other ways to do it. They're really sneaky. So if there's no lender, I'm going to tell you what you can do coming up, okay? Remind me to tell. I'm going to put that down. No lender, repo, or excuse me, co-title, how you get the car back. It's really a fun idea. In fact, even if you don't have the title on your name and you want to get it back, there's a way to do it. There really is a way to do it when somebody screws you. The best thing is not to loan the money. Okay, that's the best thing. Now, speaking of friends, if you have a friend who's an addict, if you have someone in your family who's an addict, I have to tell you about this sponsor. It's very unusual to take on a sponsor like this, but you know what? We went and visited, Mark and I, and we met the people at the Raleigh House. It's a drug rehab center, for lack of a better word. It's a clinic. It's a house. You live there. It's a live-in program for 90 days. They have 3 or 4 locations, I believe, and they're expanding in the Denver metro area. They're good people, good, caring people. That's important. And I'm going to tell you something. There's no joke here. Rehabilitation is expensive. They have worked out with people who can't afford it. They also work with all insurance, which covers a great deal of it. If you need to know any details about it, please call them. They're an open book. They'll also help you talk to the addict. That's the important thing. How do you approach an addict about this? They can give you various suggestions based on your situation. So if you're a friend or a family member, you're really concerned with an addict, or if you're an addict listening and you know you need help, please call 720-893-5559. 720-893-5559. They do more than just behavioral therapy. They also do medical therapy to help you through the addiction, because a lot of it is physical. 720-893-5559, theraleighouse.com.
There's a couple of crashes to watch out for on the Highway Drive in the metro area. Watch out for wreck on the north.
Probably ID also. I don't take anything for granted. I was just wondering if the extra noise you heard, because he's got that pipe through his phone.
So something was going in. So when I plug it in here, it drops the volume. For some reason, that phone sucks the volume.
Well, I wonder if that's the noise you were hearing.
I pulled it out. Because I don't know why it dropped.
But I don't know why an output would affect what I was hearing. It was like there was an open mic
somewhere. Skies in the Mile High City at 75. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30. Hey, how?
Good news for folks who love fried chicken. KFC's original recipe fried chicken has been and always will be delicious. Get it for lunch in a $5 fill-up. KFC, it's still finger-licking good.
Hi, this is Courtney Pierce, president of Buy and Build Incorporated. We've got new cabinet colors for 2016 that are incredible, in stock and ready for immediate pickup. We are back in stock on our popular Novello shaker cabinet, as well as our brand new bright white shaker cabinet called Snow Haven. These cabinets are all wood boxes with hardwood fronts and no particle board. Come down and see our new inventory now. We will save you a bunch of money on your home improvement project. Just visit our showroom at 4800 Washington Street, Denver, or online at buyandbuild.net. You'll be thrilled thrilled with the thousands you save at Buy and Build.
Major key alert! Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it. So make it.
I love Major Key ready to go at GetSchooled.com. Brought to you by GetSchooled and the Ad Council.
This Saturday, America's Wealth Management Show will air at noon. For must-know retirement strategies and the pitfalls to avoid, tune into America's Wealth Management Show this Saturday at noon on 6:30 KHOW. Visit LifeCertain.com to discover the necessary financial planning for retirement.
Where they really help consumers and like deals and buys. I love that kind of stuff. Because people get so happy when they save money. It's like the best thing you can do.
The Farmers Pit Buffet at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk.
This is PC malware system is blocked.
For brunch, lunch, or
What's
dinner
this
this
thing?
August and September during the hot summer meal deal at Isle Casino Hotel Blackhawk.
No.
Must be 21. All terms, conditions, rewards, and benefits are subject to change or revocation without notice. Eligibility and exceptions apply. See official promotional rules. Gambling problem or 1-800-522-4700.
That's one of these, what you would call ransomware things. Hit OK.
If you have damage, call Golden Spike at
Hit that, hit up there. What were you, hit up there. Okay, we have to click over here. Okay, we need to, you know what, this is a, what you call, totally. We need to power that down. Leave it like that for now, or let's, what number is that computer?
Where do I find
Drew, we have a ransomware thing on here. That's really dangerous, bro. We have to have them reset this computer, reboot it.
Matters a call. Don't do it alone.
Is he in there?
Divorce-matters.com. Protect and keep finding your future. Always.
Well, let's call Jeff Archer. Ask Corey, who takes care of the computers. He needs to come in and look at this, okay? They need to look at it because I don't want it to get into our network.
And I kind of always dismissed it thinking, well, nobody can do
Where were you searching at?
I had Identifix, I had ProDemand, and then I just clicked on Facebook.
What I liked best was having it done in less than a week. The whole thing from top to bottom.
I don't know who else was surfing on here
I
before.
really had it done that fast. They
That's all. And then I was on that
every
shop
single
website.
thing that they agreed to. I especially loved that I didn't have to go out
Both
all
oil
over
experts are
town.
tied up.
The overall quality was very good. All the workmanship was so excellent. They'll definitely do exactly what they say they're going to do. There's no surprises, no added costs later. They stay until everything's exactly the way you want it, and you're done.
Who?
Thanks, Lori. Check us out online.
Yeah, it is. It's malware. We gotta do something about it. Oof.
Somebody was visiting.
I don't know what he was doing, but he did it. All I can say is he's effed up.
If you owe back taxes or have unfiled returns,
But
We don't have to call Mitchell 1.
pull out your gun there into that hostage situation.
partners will work on your behalf.
We do not negotiate with terrorists.
We do not negotiate.
7777. Call Tax Defense Partners now at 800-684-7777.
Michael Brown. Afternoons 4 to 7.
The European Court of Human Rights that in essence killed Charlie Gard now won't let Germany deport dangerous Islamists. Should it really be called a Court of Human Rights? Join me at 4 o'clock for more Irreverent Talk Radio.
I'm Tom Martino, and I appreciate you all being here. Please spread the word. We are a club, basically. We really are a club to bang the ripoffs over the head, but really an association of like-minded people. And what I love is that we transcend race, gender, faith, politics. We really do. I mean, who cares, right? What we all care about is not getting ripped off, just having the best quality and value. So no matter where you are on the spectrum, you're welcome here all the time. I like to say I welcome everyone. Like here's my little joke. What are the letters? LGBT. LGBTQRSTUVWXYZABCDEFGHIJK LMNOP.
That includes everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody.
That's right. ABCDEFGHIJK LMNOP. Joe, what's going on with you, brother? What's happening? Yes, sir. How can I help? Well, wait a minute. What do you mean they let them share it? Tell me the actual circumstance. You were shopping for a car? All right, car shopping, and then your wife, during this course, gave a social. So you gave a social to someone at the dealership. Well, I know, but who asked for the social? Okay, and you gave it, and then what?
They start contacting my wife and say, hey, you got one more paperwork to sign. No big deal.
Okay.
And they were impossible to get back a hold of. My wife has screenshots that she called right back every time. So eventually they got disgruntled and said, okay, hey, sales guy, you sold the car. Go to the owner of the vehicle. Say we need this signed. And they gave him the document with the social, and then it was emailed to me, Gmail, unsecured, out there in the public for anyone to steal.
Yeah, but it really... you're exaggerating a little. Yes, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't send stuff through Gmail or stuff. But truly, it's not as easy to get to as you think. I mean, yeah, you don't want people having a social, but so many people have information on applications that are on computers that go by regular email. So, bottom line, what do you want?
Well, this may be nothing more than a PSA, Tom, but we asked the dealership to at least express some remorse or say, yeah, that wasn't the best idea.
What wasn't the best idea? What? What part?
To share the social with the salesperson who sent it out unsecured via email.
But the salesperson needed it. Why?
We don't know why the salesperson needed it. I think it was because they went to the salesperson and said, we can't reach his wife. Can you try to reach the guy that you sold the car to?
And where did he send her social to?
Where did the
salesman?
The salesman emailed the form to me via Gmail.
And what did he want?
He says, hey, we've been trying to contact you. We need a signature.
On the form that says what?
Oh, it was part of a credit application, which again is a big mystery because we don't know why the dealership needed anything to do with
well then, but you could have refused it. I don't know why you did it. You don't need to fill out. Now they're going to tell you that they need to fill out this thing. What is that thing they do, Rolly, for the citizenship? Not, for the terrorist thing. What is that form all dealers have to do? You guys do. What is it called?
Yeah, we do. I can't remember what it's called.
Damn
but
it,
I know we do it.
It's AFAC or something like that.
Yeah, it's done on everything.
Yeah, and they have to fill that out, and that has the social and all that stuff, and that's whether you finance or not. Because one time a guy was paying cash for a car, and the finance department got all this information, and he was pissed off. He said, why do you need it? And I think it's called AFAC or UFAC. I mean, somebody will tell me, but it's something from Homeland Security, okay? And you had to fill it out. So the only problem, I don't have a problem with them asking for information. What I have a problem with is what you said. Not having secure email like that. Like medical stuff is done through HIPAA-compliant computers. Financial stuff is not. Although many people do have encrypted emails for that. Gmail is encrypted, and it's not as easy as you think. So here's the deal, Joe. I think, and this is really me from an outside, I think you're probably more offended than you need to be. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a wise idea for us to send forms through the mail. No, I don't. But, it's not going to really probably be a big deal. It could be, but I don't know what you want from the dealer. You want them to say they're sorry? I mean...
Well, that's part of it, but then, we suggested them covering 12 months of identity protection.
Oh, God, that's so overboard. Joe, come on. I mean... What? Put a credit freeze on your. Put a credit freeze. I mean, it's free. Just go put a credit.
They got really nasty. They were threatening repo. They were leaving very serious tone messages.
What's the name? What's the name? I don't know how you got with them either, Joe. I really don't. I'm trying to discern here. your reaction to this thing. It just sounds like it was unbalanced for some reason. Like you, did they offend you during this transaction? Was this like I'm really asking you to dig deep, Joe. Was this dealer kind of rubbing you the wrong way from the beginning, and this was kind of
No, they were just incompetent in the finance department. The salespeople were great.
What's the name of the dealer?
Mike Maroney Honda in Colorado Springs.
Yeah. Now, Mike Maroney for Maroney Chevrolet in Florida was the biggest Chevrolet dealer.
He's the one who run AutoNation.
He was the largest, not anymore, right?
Not anymore, but he
was the largest dealer in the country at one time, and he's moved to Colorado recently. He is a very, 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 very big car man in the car world, one of the biggest dealers in the world. And I will tell you this. They're not bad people. I mean, I don't know Maroney from anywhere except I had some dealings years ago, but I will tell you that they shouldn't have got nasty no matter what. So I don't know what else to say. I don't think you're in a position to demand much. What they did is not illegal. What they did is not even unethical. It's just, in fact, I'm going to tell you something. Most mortgage people do it. If you go to get a mortgage. You know, some of them have secure portals for the closing docs, but for a lot of this stuff, it's sent all the time by emails.
It's called an OFAC report.
OFAC, thank you. I knew it was something like that. Joe, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I don't know. So what do you want us to do? I mean, like I said, I feel bad. You're kind of upset. What were you hoping? This is what I'm going to say. What were you hoping I would say or do?
Well, like I said, if it's nothing more than a public service announcement on how the finance department operates, then the public maybe gets a heads up.
Okay.
But I didn't know.
But what did you want us to do? Did you want us to call them and pressure them to do the identity protection?
No, but I didn't know if it was illegal. I didn't know if it was a big deal. I thought the audience could maybe, if it's
Here's what I want to do. I'd like to ask him. First of all, Al, I'm going to ask you. Would this offend you if they sent a form that needed to be signed and it had a Social Security number on it?
No.
And it's attachment to an email. Would you get bent out of shape?
No. I think my doctor's office has my...
No, but okay, so I'm going to ask Deputy Dan. Deputy Dan, would you be upset?
No.
Okay.
That's what it takes.
Would you be upset, Jeff?
Most likely not.
Rolly, an attachment with your social on it?
I've done it too many times, probably.
So I'd like to know, Daphne, what do you think?
Yeah, it happens all the time. I probably wouldn't get upset.
Listen, I want to tell you about a must-attend seminar for stem cell therapy. Stem cell therapy is so important. Why? Because it gets to the root of the problem, and stem cells are packed with human growth factors, and they grow tissue and tendons and whatever you need in whatever area it's in. Now, Stem Cell Institute of America doesn't expect you to make an appointment straight up. You can if you want. That's why they put on these informational seminars to get all the information you need to make an informed decision. Whether you live in Denver, the Tech Center, Littleton, Boulder, Fort Collins, and other areas, you will find a seminar near you that will change your life. Just go and find out about this revolutionary therapy. 855-262-4040. I had it done personally. It was remarkable what happened to me in my lower back. It took the little nagging pain away. Now, I'm not telling you I don't get aches and pains now and then, but I'm talking about when you want to avoid surgery, when you want to have relief. 855-262-4040. Go to a seminar, educate yourself. Let me know what you think after you do it. 855-262-4040.
I don't know. I think it might have just been
our 2017.
Did you get rid of it? I think so. I'm about to find out.
What? Are you rebooting?
Yeah. I just ran a bunch of scans.
Here's what scares me. Some of the problems we've taken on the show where people have had this, they literally had IT experts in, and they had to either pay the ransom or they freaking had to redo their computer system. Remember some of the calls we get? And I thought, could it be that serious? But it doesn't look like it's still.
No, I think we're going to be good. But it might have been a web page you hit that was just a pop-up.
I told you, no porn here.
Yeah.
No, it was.
Okay.
Wait, I didn't say Asian. Now he said. Didn't say Asian.
Yeah, we know what You can tell.
I wonder why so many. I wonder why so many people don't just reboot and why they call us.
Well, it wasn't just the reboot that I did. So I reset all the settings on the browser, cleared out any cache, anything that might redirect you back to where you could pick up the virus, and then they just ran some scans to clear out.
How did you clear it without, when you booted, it came up, how did you get into it to clear it so that the thing didn't just reappear right away then?
Oh, so when I initially sat down, instead of clicking anything to close it out, I went right-click to start task menu, and then I end the task for Google Chrome. So I just cut it off. You don't have to answer or click anything.
Okay, and that,
you just kill it.
And that did kill the process.
That just killed everything so that it wouldn't be able to do anything else. So,
I'll tell you what, man, it must be tough when you have a big network to keep people from doing shit. But we're not allowed to download anyway, right? We don't have download privileges, probably.
you guys, these computers are able to go out and surf the web. You can do
Including you can't download
them. When I received the phone call from Corey, I thought it was the control computer, which I was going to be pissed off about because there's not supposed to be any web surfing on that machine whatsoever, because that's how they're controlling everything. So, but yeah,
Let's get pissed off.
Yeah, I'm gonna go yell at him.
Let's go yell at him. Well, yeah, let's yell at him.
That would have been crap.
But
sons of bitches.
If it doesn't recognize something, a good place to go is
yeah, now that I'm a client of Downtown's
you
Healthcare,
have to have a
Downtown's Healthcare is Colorado's leader in integrated
Sheridan, Wyoming.
I am all in. Okay, so I cleared,
what I suggest you
wrote
do
everything.
to get
Okay,
back to
wrote
Going
one
up to
is
see
one
the
of these.
eclipse?
This one?
more fun.
No, when is it happening?
Downtown'sHealthcare.com.
First.
Downtown's Healthcare. Would you click on?
Here it's 90.
Well, I have several open.
Here.
Okay.
I was on Pro Command, I was on Astro.
What's that?
ATRA.
I heard that was at the coming of
These are all like
There's going to be an
repair
absolute
shops.
mess up in Wyoming, traffic-wise.
All right.
Wyoming,
So
Nebraska.
if you can reproduce exactly what happened.
I'll stay home and look at it.
I was
just
the
going
only
to
thing I had open. What was the name of that
in
shop?
Denver, well, you'd probably be 94%.
And that's okay. You don't have to do it right now.
Yeah, I mean,
but
you're-
if you
I'll
if
take
you just
94%.
pay attention, click on something, and then like within like 10 seconds,
I heard them
less,
mooning all
you
the
get
time.
something else that pops up. It's probably that page and that link that's
You
giving
got
you
real
that.
quick.
To do all that,
Pop
all
up.
that
It may not even be the
hype
people that wrote the web page.
whatever.
Somebody could have hacked it or done something.
I think what they say is like if you go over like in the country,
Yeah.
the animals start reacting because here the news,
I gotta
you
tell
know,
you,
all of a sudden gets
I
dark
don't
and
agree
they
with
start
putting my
doing
social
different
security
things.
number or any
Like
private
birds
information
start
in any unprotected email.
going to bed.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would demand.
They say it's good like that.
Identity.
And then you got to
You're
buy
right.
special glasses
I
to
would
watch
do
it.
it.
So.
Yeah.
But I don't think I
Well,
could
you should, you know, like a welding house.
like the
You know,
second quantity.
Well, you're watching it, and then it's not bright, it goes dark, so then you're watching stuff, so you're still getting the sun.
I watch all the people
We can
that
go
interact
right.
with and I tell them. I tell them immediately. I don't want any information emailed. You must have it.
That's right, that's right, that's right. Well, you're supposed to put a pinhole and watch over here, but.
But I don't even know.
Yeah,
Most people are out.
Because you guys, I know where it's
No more porn, Jeff.
No more Asian porn.
But the screen's bigger than this.
No animals.
Here's Russia.
No animals.
Oh my God.
I mean, I look forward to this. What are you
Hey, and they're at home. I look forward to coming here on Fridays. That donkey was just getting running.
What if I stay away from the geriatric place? Will that help?
Oh.
Straight up. Senior kid. So what
I
are
guess we
we
found a wrinkle in that thing, right?
He's on a roll.
Oh, man.
Holy cow. That's comedy.
It sounds like I said that. That's comedy.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Drolly Purifoy joins us from Purifoy Chevrolet.
Quite a drive down here, actually.
fun or traffic?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to admit something here that probably sounds strange, but I had never driven one of the 3.6 V6 Camaros.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing one down for Al to use at a big bicycle.
Oh, that bicycle thing is Saturday night, August 5th, Saturday night, and Al is a sponsor, and it's through Littleton's. Can we all come and just watch?
Absolutely, you can watch me.
So, what are you going to do?
I drive the pace car.
And that's what Rolly's providing?
Yes, Rolly's providing, exactly.
And so what is it?
So it's the Littleton Criterium. This is their 4th year. They shut down.
It's a pro race.
Down at the pro race.
Oh, this is fun.
They go 45 miles an hour at full speed. 20 or 30 bikers together cutting corners.
Cyclists,
excuse me. I call them bikers, didn't I? And it's unbelievable. It's pretty cool.
The event's free.
Yeah, the event's free. You go downtown, there's tons of restaurants.
And there's food.
Oh, it's a great
Some
place
free
for
food.
that.
Okay.
And it's under the lights. That's what makes it even cool.
And so Rolly supplied what? What kind of car?
I bought this Krypton Green, and I mean, this thing is fairly well glows. But the neat thing about it is, you know, the old Z28s in '69 were 290 horsepower, supposedly. Well, this is a 335 horse V6.
Direct injected.
I'll tell you what, this thing is fun.
It's a V8. It's a V8, basically. It's a 6-cylinder, and it runs like an 8.
I was amazed. I really, truly was.
You have fun?
They run.
This thing, as long as you're willing, you know.
You know, in the good old days, Rolly used to, Rolly, I'd get all my cars from him. He used to really let me have some really cool
Corvettes and stuff.
Now and then.
Do you think maybe some of the collisions changed that
whole thing? The salvage
costs
are just high on some of that stuff.
Right. Well, my Traverse is coming up on lease at the end in October. And I got to tell you something. There is not a better all-around vehicle. I mean, even more so than the Avalanche. I love the Avalanche more than any car made, okay? If I had to pick a car, just one.
Good riding car.
Well, if I had to pick one for the rest of my life, one, it would have to be that because it has everything going for it. But it's hard. It is not small. It's not oversized, but it's not small. The Traverse has everything, too. So I have nothing. I don't know. I like the Traverse. But what do you do in the SUV market? I mean, there's really so much out there.
Your Traverse is really going to be really dynamite.
Yeah, I think it's the best all around. But I like Rolly. I like the one under it too. I like the Equinox.
Equinox is great. My daughter has one of those. But my point is on that whole thing is I've always thought we had to have a V8 to have fun. That's not true. I mean,
well, first of all, yeah. I mean, I like ride and comfort and zippiness. I don't need top-end speed. I don't. If something is off the line and good and zippy,
well, this thing's quick.
That's what I'm talking about. The top-end speed, Rolly, I don't care. I don't care if I have 700 horses. Exactly. It's ridiculous.
But what they did, General Motors, with that direct injecting motor, is just phenomenal.
But really, let's just say this. For horsepower, does anyone, most of my listeners right now on Car Day, do you care about, I don't think one of them cares about horsepower. No,
the majority
they care about feel and drive. They care about get up and go. I don't even think, except a few, like Willie B and his gang, those guys.
It's a game of one-upmanship is what it
Well, that's for, like I said, Willie B and all his people. Willie loves cars, and there are a lot of people out there that do, but most people don't care. They look first for looks. That's what they look for. Looks, dependability, and I believe they look for...
Well, you take the Corvette, for
ride.
example, at 460 horsepower for a stock Stingray. Most guys cannot use that car to its full capabilities before they're going to run out of talent or guts.
What I love about the Corvette is the look. I would be satisfied if they made a Corvette. I mean this now, don't get stupid. A 6-cylinder, zippy, beautiful Corvette. I would love it because I don't need all that top end. It would still look great. It would still get off the line quick. 6 cylinders can be very, very good off the line, right? Off the line
it becomes gear ratio then.
Yeah, off the line and short performance is the most important around town. I'm never going to get on a highway and race someone. So would they? But see, Chevy would never do that. They would never make a 6-cylinder.
It's iconic with the Corvette, but it has been battered around that this the next generation could have a twin-turbo V6. I doubt it.
303-713-8255. I got to get to the Dick wants to talk about synthetic oil. Go ahead, Dick. What's happening?
Yeah, I've got a 2006 Dodge 5.9. When I purchased it, I got a lifetime oil change.
Huh.
Right now I'm at $224,000.
Dick, do they really do it free?
Yep.
The whole time? From the same dealer or anywhere?
The same dealer. I take it back to the same dealer.
But you have to by your terms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But when it started out, it was at $3,000 for every oil change. Then it went to $5,000. I just noticed that this time they're at $9,000. It just seems awfully long.
We had that discussion.
With synthetics?
Synthetic, yes.
Yeah, yeah. I believe you can run it. You can run a lot further on synthetic than you can on conventional motor oil. I know what they were all saying in here, but it's...
I pull a fifth wheel with it, and I'm a little worried about...
The synthetics just do not break down.
I would have no problem with it, but these guys here say they want to go $4,000.
Tom, there's some trucking companies out there, nationwide trucking companies that are run synthetic totally, and the only thing that they ever do is drop a filter, to Jeff's credit here, put a filter in the thing, top the thing off, and keep rolling.
Yeah.
In other words, they don't ever change the oil out.
Let's put it this way. I don't know what your terms and conditions are, because technically, Dick, what you're telling me sounds weird. What if they just said, okay, 50,000 miles? I mean, technically, what could you do about it? So I wanted...
I doubt if I could do anything.
Well, that's what I want to know. Where is it written? Do you have it?
Yeah, I have it, but originally it was...
I know what you said. Yeah.
Originally it was called Car Care, and that right on the bottom of the Car Care document, they modified it to say, as long as I own the vehicle, they'll change the oil. And I did that on purpose because I usually keep my vehicles a little longer than most people, seeing that I got 224 on it and I don't have any idea of changing it at the moment.
Listen, do they have, though, what does it say as far as interval? Does it say...
It doesn't.
It probably says manufacturer's recommendation. I don't know, but that's where I would look. So, but you're asking us, do you care? Rolly says he wouldn't care that much. These guys, I don't know if it's free oil changes, if you'd make a stink. I doubt you can make a stink anyway, but I wouldn't. But maybe you're asking, should I do it in between? I wouldn't. Unless you do a lot of heavy driving, I wouldn't care. I think that these synthetics are way better than we give them credit for. So, okay, man, thank you. Have a great day. I want to take people who have been waiting. Craig, go ahead, Craig. What's happening? Oh, I got to take a break. Great, Craig, I'm way over time. Just hold on. I'll come right back to you, okay?
Well, plus he's at the Mopar dealership, so you know he's getting a quality filter because they're using the manufacturer's filter.
Rolly, right shoulder, left hand eye, 25 just north of Camden. I really had kept that.
They said they were dumping the filter, changing the filter at every 25,000 miles on these filters. And they were over the road trucks, and they were never changing the oil in it totally. They were dumping that filter, and the oil filter's probably a 2-quart, maybe a 3-quart filter.
Well, they're probably running 2 filters on it.
And then topping the thing off and keep it rolling.
Really?
Then you think of, well, just like my bus, that's is a 40-quart system. There's a lot of oil in there.
Sure.
You know, and
yeah, at that point, your biggest concern is the contaminant, not breakdown.
well, the synthetic really cuts the contamination of regular motor oil sludge just almost.
If you suffer in an automobile accident or in any way you're wondering, this I have to look forward to. This is how I vacations, not being able to do stuff around the house.
This is where you get bio-tea, Rolly. You can eat yourself getting fat.
I've got the same thing going on.
I don't want to go through all of that. You know, Fuller is someone you should talk to. It's free of charge. It's complimentary. So he takes the case. It's only payable if he wins.
There's nothing really bad on it.
I mean, what he collects. If someone is irresponsible, if someone is
I run full synthetic. I change it every 10,000. I change the filter at 5.
Don't feel
guilty. And my filter's right on top, so it's really easy to change.
That's a good plan. You do your own?
Areas of law. You do? 303-597-4500. 597-4500 on my referral.
When you do your own own oil, it gets you to look at the whole car.
Planning for retirement?
You know,
Retirees
if you
have
got
lots of
leaks.
financial
Rolly, on my lease,
radiator.
did you do 12 a year or 15?
You want to get them right. Hi, I'm Liz
Well,
Werner, host of
huh?
Your Money
Your
for
car.
Retirement.
Yeah.
Every Saturday
I
on
would have probably done
6:30
15.
You're
I hope
invited
you
to
would.
attend my free
I
retirement
said I
classes
probably did.
on Saturday
Okay.
morning, August 12th.
Because I know
First class. We'll tax
we're going to be
you
out of
for
whack
your
anyway, so
retirement. If you
Not
still
that
apply
much.
for retirement,
Not that much, Rolly.
how much we got?
I have about
you
58,
need
I
to
think.
reduce your taxes. And the second class, 7 retirement threats and mistakes to avoid. So you
But I think Al's right. Everything's going to go to synthetic. That's what it is. Probably for transmission too, right?
There's a larger number of them that are going to synthetics. And there's a lot of changes that happen at transmission fluid in general. But yeah, I mean, General Motors is already using Dex 6, which is about as close to a true synthetic as you can get. Ford uses Mercon LV. Depending on the manufacturer, these guys have so many different fluids out there. It's unbelievable. I mean, in my bulk tanks, I don't keep anything less than a semi-synthetic with multi-vehicle packages so I can fit the majority of the cars out.
Transmission. It made me angry when they say, like in my car, which you did, you changed the oil in it, but the manufacturer says good to lifeful.
No, they're not wrong. So if you look at Audi and Volkswagen and whatnot, I mean, a lot of their transmission fluids is actually mineral-based. It's not petroleum at all. And it's expensive. We're talking $22 a liter.
Let's say it didn't do to replace on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. $22 a liter? Holy cow.
What's that?
Volkswagen Audi fluid.
That's $88
Depending on which
a
one you
gallon.
got, it's anywhere between $22 to $26 a liter.
That's $90 a gallon.
So it's a mineral-based fluid.
Leading finance systems. Concur makes the process better.
What is it? What are you paying that for?
Some of the European automatic transmission fluids.
No.
For life's sakes and things.
Are you sure?
I buy it all the time.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant in Europe.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
Odor free and all those.
It's not a petroleum product. It's actually mineral-based.
It works.
Holy shit.
Do they do it for temperature? Hot material?
It's here.
Well,
Blue Emu.
they got their engineers to put the stuff together.
Easy to use.
You got to use
They
their
don't
stuff.
complicate everything.
All those
No.
remote.
Europeans,
Yeah.
they complicate stuff for no reason.
Sean Hannity.
Well, you're doing a service on them. If it's P25,
He's got a cot in the back.
you have to change the entire pan because the filter's part of the pan.
I mean, no speaking with mouthful.
No full mouth business.
Gotta let this play. Anyone know that tune? Good old Pete, right? Is that good old Pete?
The Who?
Yeah, Pete. And
Not if you ask Dan.
Keith. And Roger. And
Entwistle?
what was his first name? Guy that died? Bass player? Oh, Keith Moon died too, of course.
Of course.
This was our high school song for prom.
Okay, let's talk.
Okay.
Craig, didn't I say Craig was next? Yes. Okay, so Craig, what's going on, bro?
Hey, if I can name that tune, what do I win?
You win the right to come to the show and buy us lunch.
Okay, that's Baba O'Reilly, by the way, that song.
Is what?
Baba O'Reilly.
What do you mean?
Song.
That's the name?
The song that you just
That
played.
actually is the name?
Yeah.
That is the name of the
Yeah.
song.
I would have not known that, actually. You know, you're right. You're right. I would never have put...
Teenage Wasteland, everybody thinks.
Right. That's exactly right. Holy crap. That's good, Craig. So who's your favorite rock group of that era?
Oh, I would say The Who, The Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Led Zeppelin?
Led Zeppelin. They're great. I love Led Zeppelin. Probably the best drummer that ever lived. Well, one of them, rock drummers. Hey, so Craig, what is going on with hail damage? I don't understand.
Well, I had a vehicle that was repaired, and it was in the shop for about a month and a half, but I had other vehicles I could drive, so I didn't need a rental car. But they wanted to do a little extra work on it here for overnight, a little final touch-up, and due to logistics, I really don't have the ability of having somebody pick me up and drive me to work. I just wanted to rent. There's a rental car agency right down the street.
Yeah.
I thought I'd just rent a car,
okay,
use it for the day,
gotcha,
bring it back, and my vehicle would be ready to pick up the next day.
Yeah.
I was shocked at the prices. Your subcompacts or your, the very smallest cars that you can rent, which I've always, even in New York City, been able to rent for $30.
How much? Now, they're probably hiked because of the shortage, because of the hail. What did they get hiked to?
$84.
A day?
A day.
Are you kidding me? I've never heard that.
I confirm this. I happened to be driving by an Enterprise leasing here in the Denver area, not Parker, and went in. There's plenty of cars on the lot. Asked them the same thing. Hey, if I rent a car, what does a subcompact cost me for a day? She says, well, that would be $84. And I said, what is that normally under normal circumstances? She said, about $30.
Did she admit?
Think you people? Yeah, well, she admits, because of the hailstorm and a perceived lack of rental cars available. I said, your lot is full of them. Where is the lack of rental cars availability?
No, but I know what they mean. I know what they mean, supply and demand. But, we have to talk about supply and demand. I do agree that pricing and supply and demand go hand in hand, but I don't think gouging does, and that's what I have a problem with. Like, for example, let me give you an example. When you have plywood and the people in Florida are getting ready for a hurricane, and instead of spending $8 a sheet or $10 or whatever it is, they charge triple or quadruple. To me, that's just mean. But if you have hotel rooms, yeah, you charge a little more because convention season or something. I can see that, because there are sometimes they're going to have to sell a little less. And that's how I do it. I go by the market. And I think with rental cars, the same thing, is that they have to, but from 30 to 80 to me seems outrageous.
That's pretty tough.
Well, I was going to use the same example you used about the plywood in a hurricane situation. You've heard those stories, and I think this is just another example of how they're doing it. And, the hailstorm was in May. And I know a lot of people were days and weeks out getting the repairs, but I think the immediate demand for the rental car part of it has probably subsided a little bit.
It hasn't. I service Enterprise rental cars, and they are loaded with people needing cars.
I appreciate the call, Craig. I got to move on. There's nothing we can do about it except tell people about it.
Well, and just a little bit of advice to people on that, though.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with a repair shop, whether it's a dent repair or an general auto transmission, a lot of times they have a relationship with a rental car place in their area where you'll get preferred rates.
All right, now listen, Bill, we're running out of time, but I'm going to take you first up next hour along with John and Mike. You have $1 million idea?
Yes, I do.
And it will save lives.
I think it will.
All right, I'm going to talk to you off the air, and then we'll talk on the air, so I don't want you to give it away for you to lose your rights or anything, so hold on. We'll come to you and more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. It's Car Day.
Nothing is...
Okay, we're off the air. I just want to know how to talk about this without giving out too much information, so lose your rights. So you can talk about anything now, because it's private. What is it?
Everything's on sale. True treadmills, ellipticals, and bikes carry the industry's best warranty. Top-rated treadmills for over 25 years. Strength equipment carries a lifetime warranty on all parts. And on 58th Avenue and I-25 for Highland Ranch, the University, and C470 Fitness Gallery, Colorado, and Shape since 1997.
For ED. Well, now
I told them not to talk about it.
The active ingredient in Viagra, a generic 20 milligrams.
But when it comes to that lumberyard, I charge more too, because I'm going to have damages after that hurricane.
Marley drugs.
We have Joe consumers inside your shop, and he needs it done by Friday because this hurricane's going to hit on Saturday. Yeah, you're going to upcharge that thing. And why? Because you're going to have losses too.
How different is it when they sell a 300, 400% marked up soda at a ball game? Because you don't have an option, because it's
you're not allowed to bring in your own stuff.
That's the thing that takes all the fun out of it for me. When you go, the cost of the ticket and the venue, if you want to go, you go. But when they just hold you up,
$6 for one.
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Yeah.
I agree.
And they've got you, they know they got you.
And they've got somebody standing at the front gate.
Session cited one wake-up just yesterday.
If you get thirsty, you'll buy from us.
Transcripts of President Trump's private conversations
I went
with the President of
through the
Mexico
TSA
and the Prime Minister of
and
Australia.
just bought me in Orlando Carvel's ice cream package, ice cream chain, have small cup ice cream. Because that ice cream's
Sessions
not
promising
home.
to look into reporters who are the recipients of leaks.
Fox's Doug McElway is a
Liquid.
Massachusetts woman convicted of
Not yet,
manslaughter for encouraging her boyfriend
I
to kill
swear.
himself.
They had
Finding
me
some
throw the
support
ice
from
cream away.
Amanda Knox.
I
She
thought-
wrote an op-ed piece in the LA Times saying
Finish
Michelle
that.
Carter deserves
I go right
sympathy
through
and
the
love,
X-ray.
not jail. Knox spent years in an Italian jail, convicted of killing her roommate
They had it
before
right.
she was exonerated. Fox News, we report. You
Well,
decide.
when I was getting ice for a camping trip the other day, I had a bunch of ice and then I got a case of water. And the girl started to bring up the water. I said, no. When you buy ice, you get the water for free. I said, oh, okay. She starts I'm not charging up. I was like, oh, sweetie. Think about this. It's ice. I get the water for free. Think about it for a minute.
When you use your Lowe's business
Put
credit
5 minutes sitting there trying to
that's
explain it to
5%
her.
off all in-store or online.
Then you want $15 an hour.
And you want good after good twice.
Stations, all for free.
I mean, quite frankly, if I had not stopped her, I would have water for free.
Right in your pocket. I know that's weird, but you know what? Do it anyway.
That's not funny.
Wherever you go and
We'll probably get a robot to replace you.
iHeart Radio keeps you connected to K-House, so you never miss a thing.
Hmm?
If you want variety,
Is he?
check out thousands of the best radio stations from all across the country. It's super easy.
Comes back down.
iHeartRadio.com or download the free iHeartRadio
No
app.
politics. Go in this studio.
Older, are you not feeling as financially
Was it $1
secure?
million idea?
Is cash flow tight? Are you retiring
Tom,
or experiencing a life change? And do
it's
you own
bullshit.
your own home? Then consider a reverse
I mean,
mortgage from American Financing.
it was probably $1 million.
That pay you monthly by using the equity in your home. They also protect your spouse from possibly losing your home if you pass away.
He doesn't care about
And
using
FHA
it,
ensures that
about
you
protecting
never
it. I don't
own
blame
your
him.
house is worth. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky, and here are the facts. You benefit immediately from no monthly mortgage payments, and you have access to tax-free money, all while owning your home. That's right, you still own your home, but now have access to your equity when you need it.
Thank you, Al.
Reverse mortgage
Oh, thank you, Dan.
Are you confident about
No,
living
very
for
much.
years?
Just want to sponsor.
I sponsored it. It's a
Their
good
mortgage
local
consultants
event.
are salary-based, so
It's
conversations
amazing
are
those guys are out there riding.
straightforward
Is it?
and honest.
$10,000 bikes and stuff. When they crash, holy cow, they crash every year. They crash.
They get a little road rash?
Oh man, it's brutal. Yeah, they'll crash. They go. They're against each other. Full speed. Look at the
Martino on 630 K-How.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being right.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, and this is the Troubleshooter Show, where we are solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, and making your life just a little easier. So all you have to do is call us. I've been doing this for nearly 40 years here in Denver, and I tell you, every day I turn on the microphone, it's as exciting as the first time, knowing that we can use the power of the radio show live here on the air, live on some affiliates, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live at troubleshooter.com, live, also podcasts available on iTunes and the iHeart Radio app. One of the most listened to shows downloaded anywhere. And what I love is that we help people, and you bring pressure where we need it. You avoid the people that you hear about here that you don't like. You reward the good people, and that's what it's all about. I said this when I first started the show, media with a purpose. And I think most media outlets should get down with that, having a purpose. 303-713-TALK, and I don't mean driving your own agenda. I mean a purpose, a true purpose. Now, let's go to the guy who says he has $1 million idea to save lives. He doesn't care about protecting it. And because I listened to him off the air, I think I agree. This is not, in my opinion, that unique. It has to do with cars. Bill?
Yeah.
How'd you get that idea?
Well, I just look at cars and I don't understand why. And as I say, I don't have the means or the resources
I understand.
to develop this idea, but somebody could, to design a grate that goes on your window. And my idea is you put the window down. It's got a U-channel, so it sits on top.
So in other words, apart from your window, like for example, some cars have shades. You put up the window, and then you click it again, and it puts up a shade. Like you've guys seen that? Those black things with a million holes in them. They're sunshades, and you can do it for the rear window. You can do it for the back windows, and then the rear. What do they call that in the back? The windshield in the back. So anyway. They do that.
Rear glass.
Rear glass. Okay, but the back seats are rear glass too. In any case, I know what you mean. It would put up a grate or something that is impenetrable, right?
It could be burglar proof, but it could still, let air circulate inside of the car. So if you insist on leaving your dog in the car, or
you know what, that's not such a bad idea. But Rolly, have they ever done anything like that?
Not that I'm.
Well, maybe it is more of a unique idea than I thought.
What is it going to save, though? I mean.
Well, save lives, carjacking, stuff like that.
Okay.
But Tom, the devil's in the details, of course, and I think it would have to be, and that's why I say I don't have the resources to develop this idea. But I think it would have to be custom made for each car. I don't think you could have like a generic thing.
No, it would be custom made for each make and model. In other words, it would have to be something, I believe, done at the factory. I think to try to do this on an aftermarket basis would be cost prohibitive.
Well, I think aftermarket wouldn't be cost prohibitive because you're talking about just something that's very simple. And let me explain to you what the construction of the thing would have a U-channel on the bottom that you set on the top of the window when you put it down, and then.
It would snap in.
When you raise the window, the top of it would go into the channel on top of the door, and and that would lock it in place. So it wouldn't require hardware or drilling.
So you're saying you take your window and you
put it all the way down.
Put it all the way down. To pop this on top of the window.
Right, and then you raise the window into the channel on top.
Tom, there was an 11-year-old boy in Texas that invented a device to prevent hot car deaths.
Well, this is not just for that. No, we're not talking about hot car deaths here, really. I mean, we're really not. But what is that invention, Daff?
Let me get it back up.
Does it fix stupid?
No, but here's the deal. Let's not talk about hot cars. He's not talking about hot car deaths.
He'll go and run this idea by people like at WeatherTech.
Like I say, if somebody wants to pick up this idea, if it would save some lives,
well, I don't know.
Worth it.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying as far as the grate. But here's what I think: if you had a metal grate in there, on top of the window, on top of the top of the window, and then up into that channel, I think I could take maybe not take your foot and just jam through it, or just you can still break in the car, right? You can still. What do they call that? Blackjack, or what do they call it? Slim Jims. Slim Jims.
I think the biggest problem you'd have, too, getting anybody to purchase this or install it is going to be the aesthetics. I mean, like you said earlier, one of the first things people look at is...
but he's talking about when you're parked, I think, right? You're talking about...
you're at the parking lot of the supermarket, or you're running in somewhere. It's just the idea that you could put something there that would let the air circulate.
No, I know what we all got the picture. Car window grates, basically. And I'm looking here to look at it, and I see them. I see a lot of cool ones. Yeah, one that I see one that goes.
This would not require drilling any holes or doing anything to the car that would take away from the value.
Look at this. This goes on the window just like he said, exactly like he said. Look at it.
Good.
It goes on the window. It's called Expandable Car Window Ventilation Grate. Look, guard gate. Do you see it?
So somebody else probably made $1 million.
No, I doubt it. I mean, really, I do. I don't. Listen, you see it, Rolly? It's on the top of the window, except this one, the window's half open.
Oh, okay.
And it goes on the top. It's the same exact concept. Right. Same thing. And it's $9.99.
Wow.
New pet dog travel car window ventilation grill.
Well, I guess I didn't do my research, so...
Well, this is definitely... this guy got all kinds of patents if he did it.
Uh-huh.
But this one, yeah, it's there. You see it? Just look for car. I just searched car window grate.
For the ventilation process, it would definitely work.
Yeah, but you can break the bottom window in his. In his, he wanted it to be lower than that. But I don't know. Anyway, thank you very much, though, for calling. Mike has a question on car insurance. Go ahead, Mike. What's going on, Mike?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
How are you, sir?
Well, I'm doing great today, man. I just had pizza thanks to Al Ramos, but I didn't eat the bread. I felt the need to confess. What's happening with you?
Hey, well, just a real quick rant and then a question.
All right.
My rant is the biggest oxymoron, I think, on the planet is the fact that we hardworking folks who carry full coverage insurance on our vehicles have to carry or should carry uninsured or underinsured insurance. Huge. I mean, to me, that it makes me grind my teeth.
Preach about it.
I know.
You know? But here's my issue, my question. My wife was in a horrible car accident about a year ago. The lady that hit her at fault was uninsured.
God.
She was driving a car that was not hers. The lady that owned the vehicle had the very minimum liability to carry on a vehicle through Geico.
I know exactly what you're saying.
It was a nightmare. We had to go through State Farm, who I know you love.
God.
My insurance. We ended up hiring an attorney, and it took almost a year to get the settlement. But I guess, and it turned out okay. My wife was injured. She survived. She was driving a Lexus, which I think is a very safe, great car. Thank God.
Yeah.
For that vehicle, it saved her life. But I guess my question is, State Farm has treated us like crap.
Well, of course. They're terrible people.
Yeah, ever since...
It's a terrible company. You know, I preach this, and people have to experience it to believe it. Go ahead.
Yeah, when we hired the attorney, they wouldn't talk to us, right? So, but here's my question.
As well, they should not, you know, once you hire.
Well, and I understand that. But I guess my question is there a difference? Because I haven't really been able to get clarification. Is there truly underinsured and uninsured different coverages?
What do you mean, different coverages? Of course there are. As far as what you insure for, I don't understand the question.
Well, so if you, from a liability standpoint, say, I got full coverage.
Right.
Somebody causes an accident who doesn't have insurance.
Right.
I understand the uninsured.
Got it.
But underinsured, in other words, the lady only had $20,000 of liability.
Right. So what about it?
Well, State Farm kind of did a flim-flam on us, what I call it.
Well, how?
We had underinsured coverage.
Is State Farm your company?
Yes.
Oh, God, never. Okay.
Yeah. So we had underinsured coverage.
Yes.
We thought it covered all of our vehicles. We had one vehicle covered for underinsured with the understanding that it covered all of our vehicles.
Well, where was the understanding, sir? I mean, really, where was that misunderstanding? It clearly states vehicles covered on your docs page.
Understand that.
Or your deck page.
Understand that.
Okay.
We thought, and it was, I think, our insurance agent's fault.
Okay, as much as I hate State Farm, I'm not seeing where you could be. So your agent came out and said, you have underinsured, uninsured coverage on all your cars.
Correct.
Okay, can you prove it?
Well, and see, that's my issue, is which vehicle was in the accident. It was only underinsured coverage was only on that one car. If we had underinsured on all of the vehicles, our settlement would have been 5 times. I have 5 cars.
What do you mean it would have been 5 times?
5 times the settlement amount we got.
Wait, they don't add up your other ones, do they?
Well, and see, that's my question. Because when we hired the attorney, they fought about that.
Who fought about it?
Our attorney did.
Okay, here's how you do it. You take your total damages, you subtract what you collect, whatever's left is underinsured, okay?
Yep.
Now, then you have a limit for each vehicle. It's not, you don't add them together. Not that I know of. So you have underinsured for a certain amount of money. But I don't believe if you had a $100,000 underinsured policy, I do not believe that if you have 4 cars, you have $400,000.
Right, and see, I guess that's my misunderstanding, because I thought they split it, like, so each car had like 20, because our settlement...
Let's find out. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I am saying that I think you have a limit per accident, period.
Sure.
And whatever it is, it is. But what was your question, though? The part, you're upset that you didn't get enough settlement, and I totally understand. I'm hoping you found an attorney that truly fights for and knows where to collect. Good. Yeah. Good.
And
they're
subrogating, and we went to small claims. We sued the lady because she presented an insurance card that was not valid.
So here's the deal. You just didn't have enough coverage and you're pissed off. I hope you changed your insurance.
Well, and I guess kind of like the caller earlier, kind of a PSA to warn people, hey, check your coverage.
Exactly.
And find out, because guess what?
I say that all the time. I say that all the time. Do an insurance checkup at least every 3 years.
Well,
and then
thanks to you, I switched from State Farm.
Okay, I hope you called Compass Insurance. I'll tell you what, we do this, and Compass isn't the carrier, they're a broker, but they represent 25 companies. We have periodically them on the show, and people get out their declarations page. They call up and they say, here's the coverage I have. About 15% of the time they say, stay put, you're pretty good. We can't do any better. But about 85% of the time, we literally get savings for people anywhere from $100 a month to $500 a month. I'm telling you, we've had cases live on the air where people can't believe it. They go, what? I mean, and it's not because they necessarily had a bad insurance company. I mean, you're always going to be bad if you have State Farm, okay, Farmers, Allstate, or American Family, or Fred Loya. Though you'll always have a bad deal with them, always. Now, the other companies, you may have bad deals too. But every company, if you have them more than 3 years, you will stop making economic sense. You will have to switch. And I don't know why people don't like switching. It's so easy. So I do this periodically. Do my insurance checkup. They do it, and I say switch to the lowest, and we switch. That's what we do. I do this now every 3 years. Or if they see something that just rings, they say, wait a minute, Tom, we came across this. You got to switch now. It'll be way better. But never, ever, 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 ever build up loyalty, ever, with an insurance company. There is no reward for it.
Have you ever been disappointed by doing it that way?
By doing what?
That you actually didn't work out by switching?
See, this is what I want to ask, because somebody else said, well, no, I like this company, I have them for years. What do you mean by that, though? Because really, by not working out, you would mean they don't pay a claim?
No, something where it just didn't make sense.
No, never. I've had checkups where I didn't change because there was not enough savings to make it worth it, and it wasn't great. But then I've had times where I save 20%, sometimes I save 30%. Rolly, I swear to you, I almost always change. And really, trust me, if there are licensed insurance companies, they can cover losses. The idea of people not covering is bull, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah.
Well, the question, what about the home piece?
We'll talk about
that, so much they lean it in, put it in, and they say, hey, you get a discount because of the home.
Yeah, now if you do home and auto, then you compare apples with apples. Just compare everything you have. Let's talk about another great company, Plumline Services. I talk about all these companies like I've known Rolly for 30 years. I've known Jeff Belk almost all that time. When he started with a couple vans in a garage and grew his company to a wonderful company, Plumline Services, for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. I have personal relationships with my clients. I know them. I go to Plumline to train their staff on customer service. They find it so important that their staff shows complete satisfaction when they go to a home, that they get great reviews. They care. And it goes way beyond training of technical things, although that's what you're going to get, quality. And you're going to get the experience. And, of course, you have a company that will stand by their warranties. But most of all, you're going to get caring people. That's what Plumline Services is all about. If you need plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, or drain work, just call them. You will not be disappointed. They're on time. All prices are quoted up front before any work begins, and they guarantee 100% satisfaction. It's that easy. 303-586-1086. 303-586-1086.
This report is brought to you by Lowe's.
Quite a few slow spots for the
the Friday lunch on Drive, the metro area, northbound I-25 slow in the tech center there, starting
So I'm looking at car window grease,
Orchard,
that's all I
then
find
up
over
until you
there.
get
Oh,
well
wait,
north of Hampton, and also slow speeds downtown on northbound I-25 from Alameda all the way up to Colfax.
I think the agent
Northbound
makes an insurance
I-70
company.
being the elevated portion between Vasquez and
Well, yeah, but
Just like a banker makes a bank.
My agent checks me every year and goes over my insurance every year.
20% chance of afternoon thunderstorms
Good.
today with a high near 85.
It would still do you good to do it.
How
many companies does your agent represent?
Denver and 75.
Fred, no, it's American Family. And the reason I went to Compass, they wouldn't insure me because of my son's accident.
I had the same thing. I called Compass.
Wait a minute.
On all purchases in store or on.
Yeah, it would have been $6,000 a year.
You have home and auto with American Family.
Much better than USAA. USAA, people think it's a good insurance.
So Compass vote, they told you the truth. They couldn't beat it, right? Okay, well, then you can't beat it.
Compass looked at my Retirement State Farm, and my kids had tickets, had access, and they told me, they said, they haven't raised you? I said, no.
Then, then you see, they're going to tell you what's best for you.
Don't move.
No, he did, absolutely, totally. But I agree with you. Look, but once again, I think it's the agent. There's agents out there that just want to sell you and never see you again until you try to make it.
Well, agents have nothing to do with pricing.
Not with pricing, but they can tell you what's good and bad, and then they help you if you have a claim too.
What is good and bad?
Kitchen and bath today for
Just what they think you should have and everything. Is there something better that you can do? You know, all that, just like uninsured motorists and stuff. So, boy, you should try to take that and stuff. No, Compass is great. I mean, I think I've learned every time they're here.
As long as you do the checkup.
Yeah, I did it.
That's the important part.
Last year. I did it.
That's the important. Who am I doing coming back, brother?
One of his own.
Yeah, so nothing coming back. Let's do Lazaro.
I did Joe already.
You did?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then you're
I
done.
did Joe, I did Raleigh House, I did Plum Line, I did Denver. Oh, I did everyone. I did them all.
You're done.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
As I said, you knocked it off quick.
455-7242. Sheridan.
Rolly.
Broncos.
You love where you live.
The Denver
The
Broncos
schoolhouse.
invite you to join
You
them
love
as they kick
that
off their
area.
2017 season with training camp and UC Health Training.
No, I mean, I think it's so cool.
Camp begins July 27th and includes 12 days of free and open for the
Is
public.
it starting to fill in around you?
Additional features include food trucks, giveaways, and autograph.
The only thing is,
Don't miss out
that
on
I've
the
got
chance
used
to
to
see
it
your
is
Broncos in action
there was
this summer.
a piece of
For more
property I should have
information
bought
and
out
to see
in
the
front of
complete schedule
about
of
60
training camp
acres,
dates,
and there's
visit
2 oil field companies on it. They're
denverbroncos.com/training.
good guys.
One of the most exciting
Jam oil
developments
field.
in modern medicine.
Jam oil field.
Well, that's
No, I was
part of the
for 30
economy
years.
there, but there's just so many trucks through my intersection there, and I've gotten them, talked to them all now, they're gotten where they slow down pretty good, and it's a dust factor. That's the only thing that I don't like.
And I'll guarantee you, they get a lot from their oil companies and stuff that say, we don't want complaints. You guys fix
So
those.
I've talked to both the owners, and now those guys, I took them both a case of Coronas, and
I want to be your neighbor.
and said, give these to your drivers when they come in and tell them where they came from. Just ask them to slow down. It won't change their life by a couple seconds. Instead of rolling through there at 30, 35, 40 mile an hour, roll through there at 10. It's not that far. Right? And most of them will wave now, and they, you can see them, they'll barrel, and then you hear the jakes come on, they're all belly dump trucks. And then they just coast around the corner real slow, and then when they get clear of my property, they goose it up and they're gone. So, so far that's where kindness has worked. I used to be just pissed off at them, flip them off, and now it's just going the other
How do
way.
you like that honey? You give honey to track more
My dad used to always say that, you get a lot more beef with honey than you can with vinegar.
Yeah.
Well, that's good saying.
That's the truth. First of all, reactions to
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome. John's got a question about stucco, or actually ephes, which is the artificial, not artificial, it's just a shortcut stucco. You know, it goes, it doesn't go on the same way. And in my opinion, it's a superior product. I love it. I love it if it's done properly. So go ahead, John.
Thanks for taking my call. It is about ephes. We built the house in 1996, 2 stories and a walkout, completely stucco. We put the house up for sale in the last few weeks since we're moving, and we had a builder / remodeler make a bid on the house, but he said because it has ifs in it, he was going to have to take the stucco off the entire house to a cost of $100,000.
Because it has what on it?
Ifs.
What is it? What is that? I don't. Diffs.
Exterior insulation and system finish.
No. It has diffs.
Dips.
It has dips in it.
Ifs. It's a material.
What material? Okay, spell it for me, please. I don't know why, guys. You're not hearing either? Okay, spell. What does it have?
Exterior insulation and system finish. It was used at the time we.
No. That's EFIS, right? You're talking about.
EFIS. Yeah, that's EFIS.
Well, okay, so big deal. Okay, it has EFIS on it. So he says he doesn't want EFIS.
Well,
there are plenty of homes with it. Now, which part? Go ahead. You're talking about exterior insulation. I don't know what you mean by that. It's called EFIS. Okay, so
that's exterior insulation. So that's what it is.
Okay. Well,
so we had an appraiser and home inspector look over the house because the builder who wanted to buy the house said it's a prime example of how you can get dry rot and fungus in it. But the appraiser and home inspector said our exterior looked fine. We see no issue with it. And the rounded edges of the house were the only thing.
Listen, here's where we're getting crossways, okay? You can have EFIS without the exterior insulation, okay? You can have EFIS, or you can have EFIS with the insulation. I don't know what he is upset about. Does he not like the entire system? He wants to strip it all off? Is your house insulated between the studs behind the EFIS? Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Then the foam that's on the outside with the EFIS system is extra insulation. It does
ramps up the R factor.
Yeah, it does no harm. So I'm not sure why he doesn't like the exterior insulation finishing system. I'm not sure what he...
Well, I'm not either, and that's why I'm calling you, because
I bought a very beautiful home with EFIS, and I had it inspected by a very adequate specialist. I mean, this guy is over the top when it comes to EFIS. He's the pro, and he showed me where the shortfalls are. But that system, when done properly, is absolutely wonderful. When the biggest problem is woodpeckers. Now, if you have woodpeckers, it'll kill you. It's just terrible.
I've had woodpeckers, but actually turned the tide on them, so we don't have them anymore.
Well, they're protected, by the way, so.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that this guy is crazy, okay? I don't think you have to tear it all off and start over unless, now listen carefully, if it was not done properly, you have a big problem, okay? If it wasn't done properly. Because what you are going to find is you're going to find a major deal when it comes to selling it. You're going to find rot. You're going to find all kinds of problems. So,
no rot, no kinds of problems. It's the appraiser and the home inspector both looked for it and said there wasn't any.
And sometimes some of the mistakes people make, they don't seal the bottom, or they don't seal around windows, or the top, or the flashing doesn't go behind. It doesn't go where it's supposed to, not behind, it doesn't go where it's supposed to go. And there's but the EFIS got a bad reputation because a lot of people were slapping up homes, putting EFIS on, and they were not doing it properly, so it got a bad name. There is nothing wrong with it.
It's like a lot of things in life. The way everything is installed and the workmanship becomes everything.
Now,
we did EFIS on the dealership remodel.
Yeah, I love it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
And it's been on there 20 years, and there's no sign of rot or anything else.
Now, you know...
This guy's looking for an excuse.
There are some rare times when EFIS is done, and really it's technically, it's without the eye. It's done over board and stuff without any kind of insulation at all. And
no, there's insulation.
yeah, no, I understand. But it really serves a purpose. It is, to me, it's ingenious the way you get the look of stucco without the plywood, the chicken wire, whatever they put up, and all of that work to go through it. So, and I'm telling you, you have nothing to worry about if it was done properly.
I thought he was blowing smoke since he...
So he wanted $100,000 off?
Yeah, since the appraiser and home inspector said there's none there. They said the only place where it is on some rounded edges, and they look fine.
Okay. Good luck to you, man. So
right.
Where's the house? I mean, why don't you put it on the air? People might be interested.
It's in Boulder.
It's in Boulder, man. Anything in Boulder will sell. Like, what are you shaking your head no for?
I won't buy anything in Boulder.
Well, I'm saying there are a lot of people buying Boulder. Where in Boulder? What part?
They won't let you in Boulder.
North Boulder, Linden and Broadway.
Oh, that's nice. And what about the size of the house?
A little over 5,000 square feet.
And how many bedrooms?
4.
4 bedrooms. How old is the house?
96.
Is it in good shape, or is it dated? Does it need updating in kitchens and stuff? Do you have granite? Do you have nice cabinets? What do you have?
Granite tabletops. We repainted over the counter, the kitchen cupboards. We made cherry into white cabinets against my advice. But
how much are you asking for it?
$1.6 million.
You're right in there. You're right in there. Right in there.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad that
you're at right around. In fact, you know, some people would argue you're low because that's just a hair over 400 a foot, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, 300 a foot. I'm sorry. You're only a hair over the 300 a foot, sir.
Well, that's what we think. But a lot of people want multi-bedrooms upstairs.
Listen, man, if you have a house like that in Boulder, I can't believe it's not sold. How long has it been on the market?
2 weeks.
How long? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Have you had a lot of showings?
Quite a few.
Now, I'm not getting it. That price is right in there with a square foot price, especially. It even leaves room for fixing it up. A lot of those properties up there are going for $400 and $500 a foot.
Yeah.
So I wonder why it's not sold. Seriously.
Because it probably is a little outdated. The second reason it isn't selling is we're actually on a flag lot. A 1 acre flag lot, with the other half acre being an empty lot below us, and everyone's worried that it'll block the view of the Rockies, or block the view of the Flatirons.
Well, what do you mean? So there is a lot, but you own that lot, right?
I own the lot as well. Yeah.
Then why are they? Oh, are you retaining that lot?
Oh no, I'm happy to sell it, but people looking at our house don't have the imagination to be able to say, well, I can see the Flatirons when you build a house there. So we're going to...
But let me ask you something. Are there 2 lots or 1 lot?
2 lots. My lot, the flag lot, and a vacant lot.
The vacant lot belongs to someone else?
No, it belongs to me.
Okay, how much do you want for that lot?
$850.
Why don't you just build on it and build something that will preserve the view and make some money while selling your house at the same time?
That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that.
You have a gold mine. Nothing will stay on the market long. You're doing something wrong there. I don't know what it is. I think it is they're afraid of that lot.
Maybe you should call Frank.
I think what you do is you put on a plan to build and tell people what you're building and even commit to it by contract as far as height and all that. No, put some covenants, put some deed restrictions, John, on the lower lot.
Yep.
Put some deed restrictions and offer to record it for the owners. And once you do that, there you go.
Well, that's what we're going to do. I've already spoke to a lawyer, and
good.
We'll have a survey, shoot some...
Does it have low ceilings? Does it have low ceilings, your house?
No.
What are they, 9, 10, 12?
9 downstairs, 8 upstairs.
Oh, okay. And, okay, you say it's dated. Is it an open floor plan?
Yes.
Well, John, good luck to you, bro. We got more coming up.
This report is brought to you by Napa Auto.
That Boulder sells, man. They sell property.
Even people from California visit Boulder. Man, these
Well, they sold that house there for $5 million. You go deal on that.
So it's kind of split there. One traffic down, coming on out of North
Where'd you go to school there?
Drive across town, see
I'm just curious.
downtown.
I wouldn't live in that. I don't like the
Alameda
town.
doesn't let up until
I don't either.
Colfax, southbound I-25 heavy,
My
south
brother lived there and loved it.
traveling down towards Colfax as well.
You can have
got a pair of rolls like
That chance, 1% chance.
They got more cameras than any probably city around that they're. That's
Did they start imposing a sugar tax? The sugary drinks?
Did they?
I know they did on the plastic bags.
From overheating.
Sidewalks are crap. The city doesn't take care of their stuff. The whole thing is crap. I hate it too. I'm with you.
The best thing about it is the view, because everything I see is outside.
You're exactly right.
The best thing they had going for them was around the corner restaurant.
Fitness equipment, like true treadmill, bikes, and
Around the corner restaurant, hamburger truck.
in the
Right there on 16th Street Mall. Over the king. From there came Good Time Burgers. Is that it?
Oh, really?
Pearl Street?
Lifetime
I mean, Pearl Street? What's it?
Don't waste your money on big buys.
You said 60.
Oh, I did tonight.
Inferior products.
I think you would say.
You were trying to get out of Boulder?
But the kids that go to school there love it. So,
Oh, it's a big party.
They were ranked number 15, I think. No, it was lower than that. Even the 13 were Jim's Party. We're proud to get back on the list.
at one time they were number one.
They were walks. They were possible everywhere. My brother lived in that.
Oh, yeah. They handed out when you open a bank account, you get a free staff. It's an incentive.
Divorce is never easy, and it may feel like your life is spinning out of control.
Probably most liberal
Sometimes
town
you're
in
Divorce Matters Law Firm. Give Divorce Matters a call. We have attentive and knowledgeable lawyers that will help you get a fresh start. Divorce-matters.com.
Want to
And
eat 50
building
for a
your
while?
future always.
Super fresh sushi, juicy prime rib, spectacular all-you-can-eat crab legs. We've got them all and much more at limited time only special lowest prices during our hot summer meal deal at the
I don't know if
Farmers
when you get rents out high, how they expect to find
Built for this, the best dining value in Blackhawk right on this August and September during the hot summer meal deal
and
at
they're stacking, they're basically forcing people to go,
If this whole thing goes through with that new deal over in Parker too, with the freaking Hollywood set, it's just going to raise the values over there all over again.
This is
There's a 4-year plan?
630 K-House.
No, 3-year plan.
No, you don't. Okay.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. Let's take people in the length of time they've been waiting. I want to get to all of you quickly. Thomas, your turn. What's going on, Thomas? Thomas?
Yes.
What's going on, bro?
I've been in this one home for 15 years.
Yes.
I have a contract done on a paper through a broker. Says for sale from seller or for sale by owners. And then at the end of 14 years, the lady told me I wasn't buying the place.
Now, wait a minute. You've been there for 15 years, and you thought you were buying it, and it's not. Now he tells you were only renting all this time?
Yeah, I was only renting, and I was paying $25 a month towards buying.
Now, do you have the original agreement?
Yes, I do.
And why does he say it's not valid?
She just says I never went ahead and financed when she told me she told me she'd carry me at 7% for 15 years.
Hold on. Here's what I'm asking. The agreement, the original agreement, you still have it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Copies were emailed last night.
Okay. Daphne, do you have his contracts?
I don't. Let me check on
that.
that.
Hold on. Talk to him. Find out where he sent them. Let's get something going here. This poor guy sounds desperate. Do not let him go, no matter what. Get his name and number so we can help him. Sir, this is terrible. My heart breaks for you. You hold on. Craig, just hung up, man. I'm sorry. What's going on with Donna? Hi, Donna. What's happening?
Yes, I had a question. My son co-signed a loan on a car with another person, and that person has defaulted on the loan.
Yeah.
And
God, this is happening so much. I just want to tell you that that this today is the second call. We get calls like this all the time. Hold on one sec. We got lines open, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, so Donna, tell me about the loan. When did he sign it?
About 6 months ago, at the end of December.
And how much is the loan?
About $8,500.
Okay, that's about the amount.
Sounds
the
like
other
the same
guy.
was, yeah.
Hey, is he 19 years old?
Yes.
He called me.
Oh, he did.
Unless, and his friend is 19, and yeah, I told him what to do. So that's why I think it's the same call. What was his? I got to look at my notes. What was his first name, dear?
Jacob.
Yeah,
Was it online? Was it on the live? Because I've been watching it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, you should have gotten it. Hold on.
His name was Jay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I think let me just tell you what I told him. Okay. He doesn't have a written agreement. Okay. So that's going to be a problem because the guy could just claim they were both chipping in on it, so he only owes half. Or he could say he co-signed for him. I mean, he could say anything he wants if he wants to lie, right? Or he could, who knows what he'll do. I told your son, no matter what, he must sue him in small claims court first for $8,500. Not first. I mean, he has to do this. I don't care what order you do it in. Sue him for $8,500. Okay? And then you just tell the judge the story and hope that he believes you and hope that this guy doesn't come up with a lie that the judge will believe. But if the guy doesn't show up, even better, you get a default judgment for the amount of the loan. Okay? Then he also needs to either work with Belco. Is it Belco?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the same one. He either has to work with Belco or do it himself, but he must get that car in his possession, okay? And since he's on the title, it's a civil matter, and no one's going to arrest him for it. He needs to grab the car and hide it. Get it away from this guy, okay?
But we can't find it. We don't know where it is because he's hiding it.
He says he has an idea, but there are ways of finding things. I can't help you there, but you got to do it, okay? Somehow he's going to have to figure it out. And he's going to have to do it. He's going to have to, or get somebody who repossesses cars to help him. And he's going to have to take that car and hide it somewhere. Once you get the car, go ahead. What?
I was just going to say, then it's probably not the best thing because it's about ready to go into repossession with Belco.
Okay, but he's called Belco, so he should work with Belco. They will sympathize with his situation, and they will help him. So if it goes to Belco, let it go to Belco. Either he gets it or Belco gets it. And then he needs to work with Belco on making the payments until they get it sold, or don't let him put it up for auction. Or he needs to try to sell it himself. But remember, this thing with the friend, he'll have a judgment against this friend. Now, this friend doesn't have anything, but he may in the future, unless the kid goes bankrupt. He can go after this kid, okay? And I'm just telling you that right now, it's the best thing to do right now.
So if he does get a judgment against him, will it still go against his credit?
Against whose credit?
Or will it,
Yeah, your son's always going to have the black mark on the credit. He's not going to be able to get rid of it. I mean, if he pays it off, it's going to be better, but he's going to have these 2 missed payments right now. It's going to affect him a lot. Yep.
Right. And
let's say absolute worst case scenario. Let's just go right there. Let's say this guy disappears. He can never be found. The car can't be found. Whatever. Let's say this guy gets a default judgment against him, your son, for $8,500. Not a default judgment, but a deficiency judgment, I meant. So your son is in $8,500 deep. That judgment will last 15 years. Okay? Now, maybe longer, maybe shorter, depending on the judgment. Okay, now here's the deal. Once that happens, he's as good as dead. He'll never rent, he'll never buy, he won't do anything. What he'd have to do, worst case, is file bankruptcy and get it over with. Just get it over with. Just get the judgment gone. Then start over. The good news is, if this worst case scenario happens now, by the time he is 23, he will have the ability to have a brand new life. And I mean 23 or older, or maybe 24. But it will completely be gone as far as building credit. It'll be on his record, but he'll be able to build credit in that amount of time. So I'm not suggesting that's what he does, but I'm saying that is worst case scenario.
Okay.
So he has a
Okay,
number
well,
of options. Just make sure he
Okay,
follows
well, thank
through.
you.
Okay, Donna, make sure he follows through. It's a heartache, I'll tell you. When you sign for someone, it's a big responsibility. I have never co-signed for anyone. Have you, Rolly? You have, yep. Have you, Jeff? Tell the truth. Have you, Al?
I won't do it.
Deputy Dan, have you ever done
Won't
it?
do it.
Come on, no? Okay.
It's like giving money away.
Well, it's definitely giving money away. You've never co-signed for somebody. Never once.
My son, not somebody outside of my family.
Well, then
the thing is, I'll repo and beat him to death. I mean, wait a
Well,
minute.
that's different, but still, I wouldn't do it even. No. Hey, Amanda?
Yes.
What's going on?
My 23-year-old daughter and her husband just bought a house, and we moved them in last weekend. I'm very proud of them, being they're 23 and not living in our basement.
It's
like many other
wonderful.
parents.
It's wonderful.
They had the home inspection and what have you, and everything seemed to go fine. But then they called us on Monday evening and said that in both of the showers, the hot water and cold water seemed to be reversed, and or that the cartridge that, you know, it's like the mow and troll showers that you turn.
Yeah.
And as you turn it, you're supposed to get more hot water and then more pressure.
Right.
So it's reversed that way.
It's reversed that way, too?
It's reversed that way. That's how we know that it's backwards.
Wait, so it turns, to turn it on, they turn counterclockwise?
I'm not sure which way they're turning it because I haven't been able to see it myself in person.
Well, when they okay, hold on. We'll explore this. Just hold on. I don't know what you mean by reversed. I know where the hot is cold and cold is hot, or is the pressure reversed in the way you turn it? I got all kinds of things to ask you right after this.
This report is brought to you by Napa Auto.
Quite a few slow spots on the Friday lunch hour drive in the metro area.
I-25 coming out of the tech center, really slow, especially around the 225 interchange. And also slow downtown. Coming southbound Alameda. Southbound I-25 heavy to southbound interchange. Southbound I-25 slow. The elevated portion was 270 south going.